There you go.
All right.
Hello, ¿solita? Todavía no llega nadie. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. How's everything? How's the family? ¿El mundo bien? Like running the whole day. Sí, it's like humid outside.
Sí. Bueno, they were saying that today is like if you were like a summer thing.
Yeah, it's like you feel like the sticky. Sí, se mira el día feo, like, oh my God.
No, bueno, this morning estuvo.
Ajá.
This morning? I don't even know. Porque I know yesterday estaba el día.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the weekend was supposed to rain, but then that didn't rain. I took my little one to the water park.
Ajá.
She loved it. El que queda en Aventura.
Ajá, no sé.
El que queda en un resort. Qué tan lindo. Porque tiene el grandote, que es para los niños grandes, pero él tiene uno chiquitico que es just like the water park, like como un YMCA, pero está lindo. She had so much fun. Oh my gosh, she had a blast. So it was nice porque no didn't rain, so it was like perfect. Porque dijeron que iba a llover y todo. So it was like, yeah.
No, it iba a estar feo Saturday and Sunday, pero no, it wasn't.
It was it was good. And how the kids did
good. Ahí mi esposo está con Jacob. Bueno, con los dos, but Jacob is having therapy now.
Okay. ¿Y dónde lo llevas?
En His Children.
Oh, aquí en Memphis.
Sí.
Oh,
hello, señorita. I said that. I said señorita. Hello.
Señorita.
What happened? Oh, it's not my fucking hair. But
how are you?
I need to bug me and bother me and jalarme los moños to meet about that.
Okay.
Especially on Monday.
Especially on Monday when you have the snooze. Ay.
Trying to work.
Sí. Alejandrito tenía una terapeuta ahí de física que era tan nice, pero de él se fue para Palmetto Bay, ahora el Nicolás de Palmetto Bay, pero I still have it in Instagram y ella me manda unos mensajes y me dice, oh my God, she's so big, I remember when I had her when she was so little.
¿Cómo se llama?
Ella se llama Amy. Ajá, y tenía años ahí. Pero se fue para Palmetto Bay cuando después se casó, tuvo un baby, and then she moved closer to her house. Claro, sí, pero I still have her in Instagram, cuando la ve y dice, como está grande,
It's crazy.
Yeah. I like me. Se pusieron como like 30 minutes, no me dan más de 30 minutes, and I was like, Alejandra needs an hour. She was bigger already, she needed an hour.
This is, they gave me Claire got. We got everything out. She gave me the whole agenda, like for everybody and their mamas and their mamas and their mamas. So there's special needs, I think safety and something.
Oh, okay.
We're in the middle somewhere. Where do you want to start?
Actually, I think it's only two. Yeah. Oh. That's awesome.
Sí, yo le
Como que escribe atrás tu vida.
No, but she's always like, not atrás mío, like she's always attentive.
Okay.
You know, like, and she's like,
Actually, I was on the road. I was on the road.
no, I know, but
Excuse me.
me and Vivian. Pobre, sí. She's the one that's like, I need you to print that. I need it.
John, I'm on my way. Hang tight. Okay.
There's how printed extras.
Probably for the next meeting.
I love you guys, but I gotta go today. I thought Oreo.
Yeah.
Every time I come, he
Does
eats.
he leave a disaster behind?
No, he wasn't in
Oh,
my
okay.
In your space.
No, because I wouldn't doubt it.
That's my dad.
Yeah. I think Oreo uses it really good.
And now everybody's fine.
Yeah.
Ah,
Como que no sabe.
I don't know where he's physically,
Uh-huh.
but he's in the park now.
Okay.
He's in the park.
Sí, sí, sí.
But he was always like behind me. And I was the two marketing girls, the new girls. And
Oh, yeah.
Victoria, the marketing girl, the one that we met,
Ante Carla.
she was like, yeah, I know that girl.
Okay.
I don't remember everybody's name.
The dance that you went to, the
Uh-huh.
spectrum dance.
Uh-huh.
You were one from
No, era
No,
no,
no.
Miami Lake State.
I was like, why is it in my?
I was in the car on the phone. I saw you guys. But I saw like a couple of people that are running. So how does this work now? So we're still like live streaming.
We're still live streaming. Oh, is it cell phones? No, I didn't even see that.
I thought you would sit there.
Am I behind?
No, it's fine.
Do I block it? Is it?
It's fine.
You
You
don't
can
get
block.
to see you, right?
Look at my bald spot. You know, go ahead.
I don't want to have some block.
Good. Everything good. How's Brian doing? Good. He's good. It's good. Yes. Everything. Okay. You guys wanna go to something else? On Saturday? Oh, you're going to celebrate.
Yeah.
I know. I know. I don't know. I just don't, I don't look at that way. I don't want, I like, but I do have, yeah. Sometimes I think about it, I'm like, oh, what am I celebrating that, but yeah. I stop.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So look, yeah, we have a lot of studies with Ryan tomorrow and on Thursday. He has the school is looking at that.
Yeah,
Thursday.
that's something they were.
Friday is
Friday,
the
one
event.
here.
I've got an apartment.
Sunday, there's a drive-through event by the Little Angel.
We're doing it at Gigi's. We're doing it at the shopping center at
Right.
Gigi's.
So we're like
Yeah.
booked. Saturday he has dance class.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, too much. Today I put a little, and the moms like had like a chat. And I put something like for strength, like please, everybody's like at the mode, like it's all this, like, because sometimes it's like you really have to decompress.
No, for sure.
Because it's a lot, like, especially when the kids are going to the therapy, or here at school, and then now, like, for example, Alejandra, like, she's like getting older, like, so now everybody like invites her for like birthday parties, and I'm like, oh, sometimes I have to say no. I feel bad, but it's like sometimes it's
Sunday,
just too
Ryan
much.
had a birthday party.
You won't have it. That's okay.
And we started something new on Saturdays after dance class. I'm taking him to, imagínate, todo en Western.
They have it Saturday, you don't know?
No.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Good, how are you?
Are you a
I look
dad?
great, but I'm sleep deprived. I'm a dad. I'm a dad. I'm gonna show you pictures. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, baby girl.
Girl dad.
Thank you.
Baby girl.
It's a girl. Here, let me see if I can show you a picture or two.
How much
much is she weighing?
She's 7 pounds and 2 ounces. I know she's sleeping there, but that's my wife and my daughter. Yes. So you're blanquita, so like, you want more like the mom. So right here is something. So I'll show you another one, yeah. So tiene una boca abierta, pero you know. She sleeps. Oh my. I don't know how I got such a cute little baby. I was like, I was mentally preparing myself. I was like, bro, if she sale feita, you know, she's my daughter, I'm gonna love her. But if she came up here, immediately my wife talked to her, we're like, how did she come out so cute? There's no way. He made that. Oh my God. Yeah.
I have a lot of hair.
Oh my gosh. Oh, she has so much hair. And the other, her name is Olivia. Olivia, yeah. And then, yeah.
Just only.
Olivia Rose. Yeah, that's her middle name. So Olivia Rose is so cute.
Yeah.
So yeah. And the other thing is,
When was she born?
oh, she was born 6 days ago. Whatever 6 days ago was. I'm sorry, I'm so burned out. She was born on the 21st.
20th.
Wait, 22nd. 21st. Yeah, she was supposed to be born on the 20th, but she was born on the 21st. She was born at 12:27 a.m.
Wow.
Man, people, you guys, it's no joke. Oh my God, it's so brutal. So brutal. No, I'm only rested because my sister-in-law came and she actually called out of work and she stayed up all night taking care of the baby girl. So I was like,
My
we got
mom
to sleep.
moved with me
oh,
for a whole
lucky
year.
you.
A whole year because
You.
I was like, no.
So jealous.
And I was like, Mom, you're the best.
Man.
Because it's
But the other thing I was gonna mention, this is gonna be my last meeting, not just because of the baby, but I'm also moving. I'm moving out of I'm moving. Oh, hi.
Hello.
How are you? Good, good. How are you? I'm moving to Orlando in 2 months, so I wanted to like give you, like, now it's not giving enough time to find a replacement. Yeah, I know, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so much has happened. No, we're like,
Went from Miami to Orlando.
3.5 hours. I mean, 3 hour, 40-minute drive, you're right, as long as I do traffic.
You have
That's
family
it.
there?
Huh?
Family there?
Yeah, I got some family, I got friends out there, so that's what we're gonna do.
If I trip on by accident on purpose, then, you know, look bad on it and leave on it, so.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Do you need any help?
Jump in.
You sure? Yeah, there, I got some good bacon.
At least you're gonna find some good restaurants out there.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of like stuff, yeah, it's nice to know that I can, oh my God. I'm half Puerto Rican, so.
Go everywhere.
So, yeah. Oh, thank you. What I was going to do, I'm moving to a small town called Winter Garden. And I was trying to get maybe like 1 or 2 like letters of reference or something like that, to either join a committee or if they don't have one, to try to start one for special needs. So, yeah, so I'm kind of like, I'm really motivated, so I'm like, let's get this going. So I was gonna try to like, try to figure it out. I know, I was gonna, I'll talk about this before I do the law, but it's been like, dude. Muchacho, no. Are we going to
I don't know
court?
when it comes to
Nice.
like, maybe specific.
I got brought
Oh,
up.
okay.
In or not. That they even have a family.
All right, fine, we'll figure it out, we'll figure
Well,
it
the
out.
family just started, like, the family just started, that's how they started doing more.
Yeah,
than
okay.
before.
No, there's so much to catch up on. Yeah.
Before was like, none, no.
But now they have like a, now they have something.
But with the, yeah, with the family case, when they started
Yes.
having more.
She was born on the 21st. And,
And,
thank you.
Very well rested.
All because my, we're done.
Welcome back to Orlando.
So awesome.
It's good. She
Very
called out and she stayed from 9 PM all the way to like.
Oh, we're almost there.
She just let us sleep. We just. So now we feel decent enough.
Officers.
I'm not there yet.
So supposedly,
I mean, look at us, because I drank.
They're
I took a shot of,
color changing when they get cold water.
I had 6 days.
So, you know, it's like a little cool thing.
Oh, that's another one.
Did you guys get my?
Are they leaping all over the place? Trying, yep.
They started to work.
They're gonna be 2 weeks.
Saturday.
And now they're starting to work.
They're all gonna start. When one starts, they all start. Oh, good luck.
It's okay.
I thought I had it bad.
I gotta
So nice
my
to see
finger.
you,
Yeah,
John.
I've done a little pool.
Say what?
He's like, what?
That's sweet.
I've been in that pool
Thank you.
every day.
I love it. This feels like.
That's so
little-
sweet.
Now I feel like we might actually
I'm
be
waiting
able
for
to
it to
do
open
it right.
right.
I like what I want to come over.
This is
Some
way
are-
better than over there.
Yeah.
Because you can actually talk,
Yeah.
you know?
I
I see we're still on television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy. You guys won, you know, it's
I've
like.
been sitting in a
So-
few, so much more gets done, because you know, you're kind of talking to each other, you're not,
I-
turn
I
on the
get so-
thing, turn it off, and,
But
you
you
know.
know how this one.
I'll cut each other off.
Oh,
Echoes.
I'm so sorry.
You're talking and I can't hear you. Wait, hold on.
That machine is crazy though, because you, a few of us could be talking at the same time, and it's still, like, you look over and you see like everything
That's
being,
okay.
yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, just so you know.
Scary.
Yeah.
Remember, no secret conversation.
And all right, don't whisper.
Do I need to filter myself?
Okay, so everyone's good. With this pension. Okay, let's get started. Now we gotta remember everything that we used to do.
It's been so long, hasn't it?
The agenda and minutes and all that down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's
So we
on.
don't
Holy
have.
shit. Don't say that.
Look, here, I'll put them together.
I just told that gentleman,
you.
I don't want to make a big
And
scene
David
walking
needs it
in.
too.
Nancy, you know, anywhere you go in, it's always gonna be a big scene, you know how.
We were gonna stand and clap for you guys.
Thank you, I'm fine, how are you?
We were gonna stand and clap.
Mira, velo.
John, by the way, how are you?
I'm here.
You're here.
How about you?
I'm here too, man.
The gala, yeah. I'm never going to get used to calling it a gala. Where I'm from, it's a gala. Here it's gala, and every time someone says it's a gala, I'm like, it's a gala? It's like caramel, in caramel, it's caramel. And oh no, caramel. I said, I got McDonald's, can I get a caramel shake? Right, and or a caramel frappe, and they're like, we need a caramel frappe, and I'm like, no, I want a caramel one, there's a difference.
I always order potato fries all the time.
Potato.
Okay, let's get started. Calling to order the special needs advisory board meeting at 5:40 PM.
Just a reminder, if we actually do everything good today, there'll be no clapping, applauding, heckling, outbursts, so.
All right, a roll call, Madam Secretary?
Yes. We're calling the meeting to at 5:40. Okay. Yesenia Leiva,
Present.
Vivian Levy,
Present.
Yesenia Orellana,
Present.
David Gomez,
Present.
John Roger,
Present.
Francisco Toleniche.
Don't worry, you're
Toleniche, because in my minutes, I don't have the I there. Toleniche. Tolinche.
Present. Can we give you a new last name?
And
Like
I
Smith?
could just phonetically transcribe it. Clariman Celedon.
Present.
Did I say that good?
Yeah.
Yay, okay.
And maybe make a note that Ms. Nancy is here from the Public Safety Committee.
Yes.
I don't know your last name.
I'm sorry,
Rogers.
Nancy Rogers.
Rogers.
No, yours.
I don't know. That's way off.
You're talking about accents.
From Rogers.
I'm just here with.
Okay, all right. Okay, before we move on with the order of business, I just want to quickly get something off my chest regarding our last meeting. I felt extremely rushed at the end, and, you know, we were just kind of like, you know, voting on things quickly, and I felt super uncomfortable, and I want to apologize for, you know, conducting the meeting that way. You know, that will never happen again. I just didn't like that at all. And if anybody has an issue or anything with the stuff that we voted on, you know, please bring it up. But from now on, if we run out of time, we run out of time, but I'm not doing that. Anybody have anything to say about that?
I wasn't here last
No.
time, so I
Okay.
missed it, but.
All right, we ran out of time.
And you had to do
And the
election
next
once.
meeting was coming in and we still had stuff to vote on and we just kind of like, you know, and
I hear you.
I mean, mostly for the new members, because the other members, they know the events and the stuff, we voted on it before, but I'm sure you guys were like, okay, what's going on here? Everything was moving so fast, you know, and we didn't get to discuss. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. And like I said, that's not.
No,
gonna happen
it's not your
again.
fault.
Yeah.
Looking at the schedule here tonight, it's, I forget where I saw it, I think it's right here. It says that we have till the next meeting, which is at 7 PM. So it looks like we actually have time for each other now. Whereas before with those locked in meetings, it felt like everyone was rushed. Even the meetings before and after were rushed like that. So
I know,
having a
but
little bit
still-
more time is good.
So, you know, I didn't like doing it like that. All right, so let's move on to the order of business. Are there any deferrals, additions, or deletions that anyone wants to make to the agenda at this time?
I don't know if this would, excuse me, if it would count, but I'd like to add an item to, in regards to the special needs registry. If we could add to put in those, sensory, I don't know what they're called, the sensory.
The
push button
pop-ins.
popping.
The
things.
pop-ins.
The little
Yes.
pop-ins.
Yeah.
The little pop-
Pictures.
Yes, that Clarence will ask me if we could add that to the.
I have no idea what
There is
They're-
little sensory.
They
square
come in different
buttons.
shapes and sizes. And it's like imagine a square of silicone rubber full of like little domes. And you can push them,
You can
push them down, and then you flip it around and push them the other way.
Mhm.
And that's all that you're,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
yes,
imagine
like
fidget
a
spinners.
rubber. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, Ryan has them, okay, yeah.
So I spoke to Clarissa about, not that specifically, but about just what we were getting. Because I got the bags and the water bottles, and she told me that was, everything went up. So that is what the money allotted. So I don't know how you guys work that to get more money to be able to buy that. Because as of right now, she told me I'm not receiving anything else. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Okay, well, we have a ton of money, so,
Yeah.
no problem with that.
I
So,
forget where I saw them, but I was able to buy some that were puzzle pieces. So I don't know, give me some time to think about where on earth I remember finding them. And I'll let you know.
AliExpress.
How many do you need?
It was Mad Rag. It was a clothing store, that's what it was. I don't know if we can find them again, but they were cool, they were puzzle
Well,
pieces.
I mean,
Online.
you know, as people apply and are in the registry, I mean,
plus we need them to like also giveaways and have an event and
yeah,
stuff.
that part is the
Yeah.
part that, yeah, I was gonna say.
I would say like between at least 100, yeah. Okay, so. All right. So no additions. Okay, so let's start with old business. Okay. The update on the Boundless Park video shoot. We decided to go ahead and move that to the first week of December because of the weather, it's gonna be a lot nicer. And baseball's gonna be over, so we're gonna be able to park, you know, at the park, because the parking is an issue there on the weekends because of baseball. So we just decided, it'd be best, you know. Right now it's too hot, you know, we don't want like a bunch of sweaty kids on the video. And it rains in the afternoons, it gets cloudy, so, you know, the weather's a lot nicer. Okay, so that'll be, we don't have an exact date yet, but it'll be like the first couple of weeks in December. Okay,
And also too with the kids, because I know we had issues with cancellations
right,
happening, so we can always have a little extra,
yes,
just in case.
yeah, yeah. But there's like 2 kids that are entitled.
Mm,
Yours and
right.
Bella.
Right.
And we would love for Alejandra to be part of it. If that's okay.
We'll have a day for sure.
Right. Okay, perfect. All right. Moving on. Okay, the Hope for Autism Parade was this past weekend. It was a great success. You know, thank God it did not rain, but it was a great turnout. I don't know if y'all saw some of the pictures. You know, the kids loved it and, you know, they really appreciated all the snacks we donated and everything, so. that was good. Any questions so far? No? Okay, moving along. All right, Halloween event coming up this Friday, October 28th, from 6 to 10. I would like to get there at 5 to set up, to decorate the tent. I already bought all the decorations, so I just need help
It's the 29th.
decorating. Right,
Yes, it is Friday.
all right, so who's gonna be able to go to the event? Because we're basically gonna have to be there from 6 to 10 for sure, but we need to set up. Like a 5. Like hang up all the, you can come and help set up? Okay, great.
I can't stay till 10, but I'll come set up and stay as long as I can.
Okay, perfect.
I can show up for a short time, but I can try to come help wherever I can.
Okay. Anybody else?
When, or where is it?
It's
No, I don't know.
No, it's at the park by CVS. It's
Mary
called
Collins?
Veterans Park.
Veterans
Yeah,
Park.
it's called Veterans Park. Yeah, next to Mary Collins.
Okay,
a
by our
community
house.
center.
Yeah, I can come over and help.
That's Friday.
Friday.
I can go from tomorrow.
It's next to Mary Collins? Yeah. Same place where it was
Funky.
last time. So it's a really fun event. Yeah, I mean, last year they did like a drive-through thing, but the year before we had a tent as well. And I mean, there's, everybody comes in their costume and there's a haunted house and there's an arts and crafts table and there's all kinds of vendors set up in like in tents, decorated tents, and they give out candy to all the kids. So of course, we're gonna have our cards, you know, and some applications. And talk about the, you know, the program, the special needs registry and promote it. You know, this is the first event in the town where that's it. Everybody's back in person. You know, all the residents are gonna be out with their kids. So it's the perfect opportunity to promote our program. Are you gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there.
All right, perfect. Any questions about that?
It would be nice if they would actually announce it, like, because they usually have like a show and like they say, I don't mean a show, I apologize.
Right, like
Like they
a
talk at the
master
beginning,
ceremony
yes.
type of thing.
It
Yeah.
would be nice if they would say it, and I don't know if, at least for him to be there, whether they're gonna let him speak on it or just, I don't know, whoever it is, that I think that would be great. So
I know
everyone
that-
can hear it.
Yeah, the Youth Activities Task Force is the one in charge of this,
Yeah.
of this event. So maybe I can ask them and see if that's possible.
My
Yeah, I
question-
mean, it
make
doesn't
an
even have to be a
announcement.
long time, like a short
Or to
time.
make an announcement that we have a tent there. I think last time they did that,
Yeah.
they said they did it.
But I mean,
That
Announced
would be
that
great
we're
to
there.
defer.
You want me to grab the
defer to tent.
microphone
I
when
think
you
it would
do?
be great. They're great idea.
Gala.
I mean, I'm gonna be there in police costume.
Do we dress up? Like, are we coming in our Halloween attire or do we have to wear?
All the kids are gonna be in
I'm
costume.
a kid now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
Yes.
I didn't know if we were supposed to wear anything special. We haven't got our polos.
Not yet, no. Not
Okay,
yet.
just making sure, so then we can just dress up, 'cause that's more
Yeah.
appropriate.
I'll dress up, semi-dress up, you know. It's not a big. Okay, all right. Okay, next on the agenda is the Veterans Day Parade. That's on Sunday, November 7th, 10 to 12 noon. For those of you who haven't attended that event before, it's, it's like a car parade. So we usually get our own car. I usually get stuff driving. They never have a driver for us, so I always drive. We go around town with flags and American flags. And this year, we bought some candy to give to the kids. So, I would love, go. Yeah.
You probably know what I'm about to say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You wanna do it? Let him be the bad guy.
Well, we're not doing candy?
The Veterans Committee is not going to. do candies. I mean, they don't normally do, but they don't want to because some concerns have been brought up. Because what happens is sometimes when you're throwing the candy out, and there have been concerns where, it's a vehicle and the kids running over and trying to, so that has been brought up a couple times.
Okay, that's
I
Luckily,
will
nothing's
add-
ever happened, right?
I will add that you all know which guy it is on the council that will get out of the car and go and hand the candy to the children. I believe they're allowing that, I'm not sure, but you've got a little bit of time to confirm. Because I've
There
been
will be
attending
stops, yeah,
those
there will be
meetings.
stops.
And there will be stops for the kids to do their little routines and stuff.
Right, yes.
So if
I
you
was-
guys want to have candy
Okay, that was
and
a perfect.
hand it to the
opportunity.
children,
Yeah, because I remember on Main Street, like other years, on Main Street, they used to stop and they used to do their little dance or performance. And they used to announce each
Yes.
committee and all that. So and that's where most of the people gathered. Is that gonna be allowed, the gathering?
Yeah, they're gonna do it
I
just
know
like
they're
that.
gonna have something.
But yeah, they're gonna have a lot of stops. I mean, even the issue they're having is that there's too many pauses in
Right.
between, but those are good for that,
Okay,
and it's just not throwing
Okay, so
them
it-
out
okay, yeah,
because of
that's
that. concern.
that's fine. Thanks for clearing that up. All right, so,
So I could go to the Veterans Day Parade.
you're coming?
Yes.
You get to this one. Anybody else gonna come and ride in the car with
out of
us?
town.
It's not on my
I'm
birthday.
out of town.
Okay.
I'll be
It's not on my
standing, I'll be standing by the parade with my kids collecting candy.
Okay.
No.
Okay, yeah.
I'm offering to attend as well. I'm
Oh, okay.
Silvana Marmolejo's. Pleasure to meet you all. Pardon the delay.
Oh, okay.
So
Are
if
you
you need any
from-
volunteers
Oh,
that are
okay.
additional, I would be happy to volunteer my time.
Oh, thank you. Did you come to speak?
No,
Oh, you
I'm
just-
just attending. I saw online. I moved back from New York, but my family and I live in this area and I want to be more active in
Oh,
town. And that's why I'm here today.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Pardon the delay.
Give our secretary your name so you can, it can be on the record.
Perfect. Will do.
Thank you. All right, okay, so, whoever's gonna be out of town, that's fine, but anybody else, who wants to ride in our car, just let me know. That's a lot of fun. We'll follow you.
I'll be up front with the autograph.
We'll follow you.
The first time you were in a pickup truck.
I know, we're in a huge truck that I can barely climb on.
And afraid to do that.
I know, they're like, oh, you're driving, because you don't have a driver. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
I'm sorry, I swore I wasn't gonna talk, but I'm
No.
Italian and female,
Mama,
so
you
I
cannot-
lied. Real fast. Because I've been attending their meetings and
Okay.
I was looking at my phone trying to tell you when the next one, they just announced the next one coming up. So I'm gonna give you what I know. I was concerned, I'm not sure I'll know after this meeting, which of my guys from public safety are gonna attend. We've been told that every committee will have a car provided, which I think are gonna be these Jeeps. Now, I'm old, I'm on elderly affairs as well. Other people, you're not gonna get in a Jeep, whatever the case may be. You wanna have your own car. But you have enough people here that you're gonna need more than one car if you all attend. So from what I understand, that every committee will have a car, but they are limited. So maybe one of you, if you want to attend the next meeting that Veterans is having and ask your questions. I want to say it's November 1st, but.
It's the 7th.
The 7th, okay, so. Anyway, so come to that meeting and.
Oh, sorry, you mean
confirm.
the meeting. I
The-
apologize. I think
Oh,
the parade. I am
yeah,
so sorry.
It's coming up. But I didn't want to bother looking. I'd rather explain it to you. But I would suggest that maybe you come to the meeting. By that time, you know how many of your people are going to be there. That's what I'm going to get from my guys tonight is a commitment. Who's going to be there? Are we going to need more than one car? Then somebody's going to have to drive their own car or whatever. Okay?
All right.
And
I
And
don't think
before
we're gonna
you-
need more than one car. Because
before
so
you-
far, I think it's just the 3 of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we're
it's just
flying
gonna
back
be
on
3.
that Sunday.
before you close your meeting, I just realized I'm showing this to my guys tonight. You guys might be interested, guys, listen to me. So at some point, when you're done with your meeting, I want to let you guys become aware of this paper that I'm working on for months to get it done and it might help. And I love those cards, by the way.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So, and if you're welcome to come to my meeting and show those cards too, by the way,
Thank you.
hang around. All right, I'm sorry. I'm done.
You're good, you're good. Okay.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, yes, there is. There, I'm sure, knowing.
Back now.
Okay, so we're done with Veterans Day. All right. So definitely we're not gonna participate. So our report to council is at the next council meeting, at the November council meeting. So I worked on this. I need you guys to please look through it. And let me know if I forgot anything, if you think that I should word something differently, if I should add something, take something out. I need to fix the numbers because these are the numbers from the last report to council, and I just got the new numbers today.
Here, you have to go with our, we are offering our first dance. Oh, okay. Sorry, okay. When I read it, it sounded like.
By the way, totally off topic right now. Did you say something about dance? The dance program that we do? I can't remember who it was. My mind is terrible. But someone from a totally different place came up to me during homecoming at the school, at the SFAC school, and said, "We love what you're doing with the dance program at Mandy Lakes."
Yeah, there's 2 girls in the level 2 class from the school.
From the school.
Yeah.
They said they're telling all their friends. And I'm like, well, that's great.
Yeah,
So it's getting this word out pretty good.
yeah, it's full. And
It's
there's a
full.
waiting list.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Now we need to get more people.
Okay, so you guys please take a look.
The fidget spinners.
Huh?
The fidget spinners.
Well, I think that's what he said, that they ran out of money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she told me that it was this,
So that's on the report.
where we have the bag and the water bottle.
Okay, okay, only because it's on there. so. In the number 1. Oh, okay.
I obtained some fidget spinners from Ivan from UM.
Okay.
I think it's 5 or 6. So
Definitely.
those are the ones that I'm giving,
Yeah.
that I have like, they're gold,
Okay.
But yeah, it would be good to be able to obtain more. And
Okay.
he said they were gonna try to get us more, but I mean, they're not us, they're
Right.
the UM thing, so he's trying to get us more things.
Yeah.
But again, if they say, and then they say UM, they don't say like Town of Miami Lakes, so,
I'm not on here. Under membership.
No?
No,
Oh my goodness,
Oh
you're
my
right.
lord.
They replace you. They deleted you.
I see how important I am. Where did that job go?
They beamed you out.
Is that what happened? I got beamed out from the gala. Gala.
Yes,
Gala?
gala.
From the gala. Right when I finished talking, I walked out and they beamed me to the ship. You know, it's funny. The guy from Chella's, I came in the other day during their Oktoberfest and he goes, "Hey, it's the guy from Star Trek." And I said, "Yes."
You're forever gonna be doing
I know that. He goes, that gala was amazing. That was one of our best. And I can't wait to do it again next year. So I think they're involved. They're gonna want to be back involved. Nice.
At least you know for Star Trek. Like Louis Bros.
There's a lot of things.
Did you look at the report?
Yes, I did.
Oh, do you want me
No, I think it's pretty good. That's everything that we've done. Yeah.
There's nothing going anything else I might have missed, anybody? Did you have the
Or that you
gala?
wanna add?
Did you have the gala?
No, the
Is
gala's
the
not here.
gala on here?
Nope.
No, it's not.
You're not 10.
Okay. What do you guys wanna say about it? Like, what should I put them on?
Produced, promoted, and provided with the awesome gala for 2021. I think even the mayor was pretty much blown away. I don't think he expected to see the way that it turned out, because everybody wanted to be there. It was good.
Thousand success.
It was fun.
Anything with the 80s is fun.
I know.
Yeah, it was an awesome success. Did we ever get a tally of how much we raised? Joseph was telling me they were gonna get that.
No, that, I have an announcement about that,
Okay.
and on your announcement.
So looking back at old minutes, we did do the mindfulness workshop for parents in the community. Maybe that's something that can be.
That was in my last
Okay.
report.
So
We had
what's
just
like
done
the
it.
start date for this then?
It's
Like,
quarterly,
done it.
right?
Okay.
It's the quarterly.
That's
okay.
why I didn't, because I basically like took the last report I did
Okay.
to use the same format. And I took out, and that one was on it, because we had
Okay.
just done it. It was our last report to council.
Must have been like April or May or
Yeah.
something. Okay. So then
6
this
months
is
ago.
July to.
Right.
Okay.
6 months, so that was quarterly.
No, it's twice a year.
Okay.
Didn't we have the Boundless Park repaired during this period? Or was that last period? It was this period, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we didn't pay for it.
I thought we were gonna pay for it.
We were, but then they said no, that wasn't our responsibility, that was Parks and Rec. So.
Wow.
I know.
Way to go, council.
I know.
Maybe that we have collaborated with the Education Advisory Board on their development of that inclusive award thing, that we have a hand in that.
You could also hand these water bottles to each council member and be like, hey, thank you for your support.
Along with the mindfulness training, there was another training, advocacy training, I think it was, with card. Yeah,
But that was before that one.
too? I think that was on my last. That was in the last one.
The Inclusion Ambassador Initiative, is that something that can go in here, or you're presenting as like a proposal? In
Yeah,
addition
because
to this?
in the back is what the stuff we're working on. Was that in there?
Didn't we do some event?
The SNAP scholarships, is that what you?
No, that's something different.
No, it's not there. And she's talking about, the inclusion ambassador.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's linked to the disability awareness training, right? I think that's how that conversation started to go. But if it's something separate, we can list, then that'd be good.
The inclusion ambassador? Let's see it as something separate,
Okay.
because it's showcasing, if you will, or putting a forward individuals with disabilities that are succeeding in some way and being a space for inclusion, doing what inclusion is.
Okay.
Did the lady that was gonna do the festival, did she ever come back and put the festival together? The one that we said we would support?
I know, I don't know. what the
She never
update
came
with
back?
that is.
She never came back to us as a special needs advisory board. Last I know that she was gonna go back or was working with the town to get all the licensing and everything.
To do it like on her own.
To do everything.
I think that's pretty much it. We have those pieces we had in there. That's pretty.
No, money wise, I just got the statement, we have 24,695. But I just spent the 500. And the 250. So that has to be subtracted.
We still have like over $20,000 left.
Why does one of
No,
our
so they're
accounts have
aware
a
from the-
negative balance? The first one is negative $6.12.
Somebody just had lunch.
We may need to transfer some money.
Okay, so money, we're just gonna split it the same. as before. So just with this amount. Everybody good with that? And all the budgets.
So the way it was distributed before, so that, it was more in a general bracket. So the special needs advisory board, or under that rather, awareness and community services, or some kind of integrated inclusion services, life skills and job skills, social, and then any other type of training. So that would just give us a little bit more leeway, if you will, to assign and to allocate money to a specific event or something that we're doing. That makes sense, instead of making it very specific. The more specific,
Yeah.
the more complicated.
Plus, these were the categories that were on that special assessment.
Right.
that
That's
we
right.
did. So that's another reason why we chose those categories. Okay. So I'm going, if nobody has any other changes or things to add. So I'm gonna add John on the top. I took off the fidget spinners. I'm gonna add on the updates, the gala or gala. And the collaboration with the EAB, and then the on the back for future projects, I'm adding the Inclusion Ambassador Program.
And then under membership in the very last where it says no, we're gonna have one vacancy. Currently, there are no vacancies, we're gonna have one. I mean, unless you do virtual, then.
I mean,
What, he's leaving now?
Vivian, so like on other minutes, I have that you've been dropping into other committee meetings on behalf of the board. I think that's a really awesome thing that you're doing because we're trying, there should be special needs considerations for everything that's being done in this town. So I think you should bring that up too.
mhm.
Like that's an initiative. you
Under,
should take on.
under updates,
Yeah, because I have in the minutes that you went to you,
the youth activities,
Mhm.
task force, cultural affairs committee.
Yep.
council.
yeah.
Education.
I think that one's very important. Actually.
Yeah.
I should go with on the top.
So right now in November, I can start going to other meetings as well.
Yeah, it's a, you know, it's a great learning tool, just like watching the town council. meeting. We're supposed to be like a little town council. So, it helps you to learn it. I was new to this. I still consider myself new to it, but I've learned a lot watching the town council meetings, going to, listening to other meetings. And I mean, now all those meetings are, you can access them online, so you can watch them at your own time. You can also fast forward. Sometimes like there's a ton of public comments in the town council meetings that you can just fast forward to actually start conducting the business, and it's a good way to learn.
Are they only available online in real time, or is there a video
Yeah,
that
it's
exists there the
saved
whole
on
time?
there. Yeah, you can
Okay.
access it at your own time.
Okay.
Yeah, you save it on there.
Okay.
And you can also watch it in real time.
Okay.
So both,
Both options. Thank you.
and you can even share it if I'm not mistaken. Like if that were something you would want to do, you can also share it.
Okay, all right. Before I go on, I just realized that I skipped over the approval of minutes, which I was going to defer, motion to defer anyway, because we have a lot to cover here. So I move to defer the approval of the September minutes to next meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Okay, motion passes. All right, so anything else you want to add to the report or take out before I move to approve it? Nobody? Okay. So I move to approve the report to town council after the corrections that I made. And, we're gonna keep the same amount of money in the buckets, just subtracting the, what we have already spent. The proportions are gonna be the same.
I
All
second.
those in favor?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, none against, the motion passes. All right, so our next item is the special needs registry program. Officer Amador, do you have any updates or?
We're still 5 strong.
Okay,
The officers I'm noticing are deferring a little bit more when they've noticed that there might be someone that can benefit from the program. So they're deferring a little bit more.
I'm
Again,
sorry, what do you mean by that?
that they're actually telling people, listen, there's a program in the
Okay.
town, and so they're referring to me. They're referring them to me.
Oh, okay.
And well, yesterday we had an elderly person that went missing that we found. A block away. He was so funny because he wanted to go home, but he really lost his weight with dementia. And then we took him back to his home, and I was able to leave them a packet and all that. So when I heard the call, so we have all these calls that go out, and you know, if we can at least get them the packet is what I told the guys. Listen, defer them to me so I can talk to them, because they might say no, but at least we're getting information out. And you know, for this one, I said, listen, you are a prime example, because if we would have seen him, I mean, and he was very well dressed, so it would have been very difficult to have seen him and said, oh, this person needs help. But now, if he had had the bracelet on, oh, wait, what is he doing by himself? So that was the example I gave them. Oh, yeah, you know, that's true, this and that. So hopefully they'll sign up. I'm waiting for 2 other ones that I gave out. They told me that they were, again, I tell everybody, I'll go to your house at 3 in the morning if you need to, you know, I'll pick it up. So there's no excuse whatsoever. So, you know, the town has been very, and the police department is very open to just come in whenever you want and do whatever you want with it. So I'm very happy with that. You know, usually they tend to restrict everything to a certain time, or no, just come in whenever you want, make it happen. So it's been very good in that sense. For the DMV, I called the contact that Clarissa gave me.
Okay.
I'm waiting for them to respond for the mobile DMV unit and just talk to them. In the meantime, I printed out all the restriction codes that I could find, and I couldn't find anything for special needs. Everything is more physical in that aspect. So I'm waiting to speak to the person and go from there on that. I'm sure we can get the mobile unit here. But I know that we want something more specific with the mobile unit.
Okay.
So that's up in the air, but I'm just waiting for that.
Okay. No, go finish.
Besides that, something a little bit off, but the Explorer program started again here in the town for any young person that wants to join. They have to be in high school between 14 and 17 years old. They prefer like freshmen, because that way they can do the whole thing 4 years. You know, it's nicer for them. And I have flyers, so I can leave them, and then maybe you guys can give them out. Besides that,
Thank you, Officer. Thank you for all your hard work in promoting this. I know you've been working super hard and really appreciate it. I think on Friday at the Halloween event, it's gonna be a great opportunity. All the residents are gonna be out, you know, with their kids and family members, so.
Also, we have a Halloween drive-through on Saturday that you can be there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, on Sunday, that you can be there, and we can probably hand out those registry cards.
where is it?
Here at Gigi's.
Right next to President.
Okay.
So it's gonna be in the mall at 4 p.m. So everything's closed, so it's basically literally a drive-through.
Okay.
So you guys wanna be there? The place is yours.
I'll be there to, you know, help promote the program. I'm sure anyone could take part.
Oh, yeah.
No, see, I get it.
With the kids, yeah, because we're doing I'm bringing the kids also on Friday, but yeah, it's so
Yeah,
hard to get a.
I'll be there. I'll be there with the cards and, you know, talk to any parents that they have questions, you know. Obviously, the first question is, are you a Miami Lakes resident? 'Cause remember, this program is only for Miami Lakes residents. Do you know if they have a Miami Lakes resident?
And even if we don't, we're promoting that event for everyone. So there's gonna be people from the town and people from outside. So like I said, the first thing is to ask them.
Right.
So
But I think even if you promote it to people that don't live in Miami, there's always gonna be a way there's someone gonna know someone in Miami that's gonna need the service and is gonna say about the service.
That's for
Because
referrals.
what happens is if it's everybody else doesn't know about the program. And now you have a friend who lives in Miami Lakes and needs the service. Then how do you know if you don't promote it to everybody else?
Not just that,
So
but we
those,
want to
uh-huh.
educate
Everybody.
everybody so that
Everyone,
they ask for it at, you know, in their town, in their
In their
municipality, in their city. So we
Exactly.
want this to spread everywhere, so they have it everywhere.
Exactly.
Kids and adults and
So I
elderly,
think that's-
people are protected everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's the more useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told the guys to just defer, that way, even if they're not a town, because sometimes people don't know if they're a town actual resident from the
Right,
boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
So that happens a lot, but it doesn't matter if they're not, then, you know, we have the contact with UM. You know, hey, look, there's a bunch of services here, you know, so there's a way that we can move it. So, but I told the guys, just let me know so we can at least get the word out regardless.
As far as marketing, is that the only thing we're doing? Or is there anything else we're doing marketing wise?
I mean, so far, all we have is the 3x4 cards.
Right.
You've seen those,
I have several of them.
okay.
Right, but it's been
and-
specifically for
And
the,
events.
that's it, okay. We should definitely do an interview with the Miami Laker. We need to get an article out on that. I have a reporter, Megan, who I work with all the time. So what I'll do is reach out to her and ask her to set up a time where she can talk to you guys. We can all maybe chip in some points to it and have them do a story about how the program is here. I think that's important. Another thing is I think the town should post our video that you created of the program to the social media platforms so people can view it and with a link to it and explain, you know, how you can be registered. And if the town, if they post it, that's one thing, but if they would allow us to do geo-targeting ads on Facebook, we can target that video specifically to people that live in Miami Lakes. And we could take part of our own budget to do the promotion on that, and that'll hit people that have registered addresses here. We can hit them a lot faster. Since almost everybody's online, not everyone, but almost everyone is online. We can use targeting parameters like, you know, autism, special needs, disability, elderly, that type of parameters in Miami Lakes geofenced only. And then that way, when they're scrolling through their feed, they will come across our video. And if they stand and watch it, they'll be able to see what it's about and learn more on the quick section, and then have them come to the website or whatever, wherever it goes, to give them the opportunity to fill in the contact sheet and let us know that they want to be contacted. And that way you will be able to reach out to them. In my years of marketing, that's been one of the most effective ways to reach people when we're trying to do an event or trying to promote a program. But definitely between those two are the ones I would focus on next, because even if we don't do the ads, just getting on the town social media would be huge with an explanation.
Jesse, would he be able to contact
Victoria.
Because I don't know any of those words. That you're using.
So I
I'm
just
gonna
need-
screw it up.
So I just made a note to email you and Victoria together. So that, because what we want to do is come up with a social media campaign for the video anyway.
Perfect.
So with all of that and Victoria, we can do that.
All right, so we'll work with Victoria. I'll work with Victoria and you, once you connect us, to get a campaign going for you guys. And then if they have a requirement for us to pay for the targeting budget, I'll just bring it up to the next meeting and we can
Right.
just approve it.
Perfect.
And in the meantime, I'll reach out to Megan and tell her that we would like to do an article in the Miami Laker.
Okay.
So that's two avenues that we can catch people here in town. A third way we can do this too would be flyers. Maybe we reach out to some of the local businesses that would be interested in letting us put up a flyer in the window of their store or what have you. I know you guys will put it up in a heartbeat, but you know, like a restaurant, like Ken and Mike's, like the thing over here in Main Street, or we could just put up a simple flyer that maybe Claricel can allow us to print out, be approved from the town to be able to say what it is and how you can involve with the contact with the police.
I really,
Especially-
sorry,
No, there's a ton of therapy places in Miami Lakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
that is like the perfect place.
On that list that I just emailed you today, I listed out at least 20 therapy places, I think, not 15 or 20.
In schools too.
And schools, and I'm, as we're sitting here, I'm thinking of places that I even left out, and that I know that now that I'm thinking about, like any part, forget that they have an office here.
Mhm.
Flyers are huge, because we can put that paper, whether it's just sitting on a table or on a wall. That'll give us those three things should give us the most reach we can get, other than going door to door, which we don't want to go door to door.
Well, I think an easy, not an easy, but a more easier option will be where the town can probably definitely have a direct connection with the grounds. They're the biggest landlords in town.
True.
They own so many rental units, they can help out that way with their rental offices. I think it's one of the
I don't
easiest
know if
ways to
they
reach
can,
out.
I don't know if they can actually, they could put our stuff there, but I don't know if they can actually let us know if a resident is disabled.
Not let us know, but they have ways to communicate with the residents through probably
Right.
text messaging.
Yes.
So they can send that text message to other residents, and it's
Blast.
easier.
Yes, because I know exactly what you mean. We have I used to live in an apartment complex, and they would send us flyers all the time. Someone would come in with help, AT&T or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So we can let the Grams know that, once we get the flyer created, we create a flyer. We can place it in businesses around town. We can put them up on their windows or have them sit on a desk,
They can even text it to all the residents saying,
and
hey,
they can text it to their.
special needs registry.
I was also gonna say, sometimes through email, there's certain council members that it'll say like, okay, Josh Villegas and something that he's working on, or Luis Collazo, like the different, council members, maybe Luana, since she's the one that oversees the special needs advisory board, maybe an email can also be sent. Because that's a very effective way also to market it, and that goes out to everyone that's registered with the town of Miami Lakes, like that's their emails.
The same thing applies to their social media channels too.
Exactly.
Once we get it up on the main channel, they can share it off the page. We can let them know, we can tell all the council members, hey, our official, social media plan is underway. Please make sure you go to your Facebook page or the town's page and share that, and share it with your followers on your sites too. That, once we do that, we'll have a broad number of people.
Listen, as
Do
a
we have a
vice,
hashtag for the registry? There's a hashtag.
I don't think so, but
We should create a hashtag.
we could. We
but
could do
as
that.
a special needs advisory board, we definitely have more reach as a whole than as like someone like me and Claudia that is just an organization. We, being here, we have reached to a lot of tools that not a lot of people have. So we can definitely use those to our advantage.
I was gonna say if it would be a good thing, I'm sure it will, is to invite Victoria to maybe the next meeting. with
Yes.
Virginia, and that way she can help us come up with ideas and a campaign, because in just talking to her, I feel like there's more things that we can do.
Yeah, she's
now.
excellent.
She's amazing.
She's
So
great.
there's more things that we can do that we haven't done before, for whatever reason,
She's
so,
open to.
right,
Yeah.
especially with the constant
Yeah,
contact, and
yes.
there's things that we can do on our own as a committee, but we can do on the, through the town, which is,
Then I would venture to make a motion, if it's okay with you guys, to have her attend our next meeting, so we can come up with a social media strategy specifically for the special needs program. And also that we should discuss, or if we can, discuss with the town during this period between now and when we come back, creating a flyer that we can start handing out to these businesses and to places, and connecting with, like you said, the Grants and other groups in the area. So those two particular things, meeting with Victoria at the next meeting and having a flyer ready that we can look over and approve for the next meeting. And that would be my motion, so that when the next meeting, we can have that ready. And if it's good to go, we can get started right away.
one second. All those in favor? Aye.
Right.
And just FYI, we can create our own flyer. Once we get the approval that we can go ahead and go, we have the program within the town that we can create a flyer. So usually we just get together and create it. I can't think of anything.
Do we need to make a subcommittee to do that? Is that how that works? No, good. All I remember is Claire saying, every time you wanted to do something, you have to have a subcommittee. I was like, Oh, God. Okay, good. So then, so what I'll do now is I will reach out to Megan at the Miami Laker tomorrow and have her connect with me and get set up, and then I'll have her reach out to Jasenia so that we can all be involved in the article, and then they can release it in their upcoming edition. And then at the same time, let's come up with ideas and submit them to Vivian, to Jesse here. Jesse, Jasenia, whatever.
Whatever is easier.
Okay.
Caramel.
Yeah.
I've been calling her Yessie for years.
Jesse was why the J.
Let's come up with some ideas for this flyer, what we want it to look like, how we want it to feel, what we want it to say. I think that the most important thing would be to have a single point of contact. You know, I don't want to get confusing if we say on the flyer, contact here, and then on the social media, it says, send us an email, or, you know, and so on. So this will be helpful for the article too. Do we have a site on our town's website for the registry?
We have the special needs.
We have, I know we have ours, but do we have a section on the site that talks about the registry and how to sign up?
Yeah, it
I'll-
does, I guess.
I'll tell you what happened. The other day I was looking for it and I went to one site and it was special needs and it didn't have the video. And then I went to another site and it was special needs and it did have the video. And that was actually,
Confusing.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I said, oh man, this is a problem because if somebody goes to the one that doesn't have the video, now we're losing out through that.
A card, a 3x4 card.
Could you share that?
A regular card?
Where you saw both?
Yeah, I just went, Town of Miami Lakes special.
Oh, no, I'm saying that maybe go on the website.
On Google, it was Google, and then when I clicked on the first thing that came up, it was the special needs, but it didn't have it. And then I went, I put special needs, video,
QR code takes.
and then it brought it, and then it brought it.
The video, and here's the special needs registered form.
So on the special needs section for our group on the website, whatever one you saw, which is probably the front page, we need to have a clickable icon, a photo or something that says for special needs registry, click here, and it'll take you to that page, which is where all the stuff is.
But this is the page where everything is.
Yeah,
Where
but
did
that
you
is the
find?
main website, like when you go to the main. site.
It was Google, it was Google, I put Town of Miami Lakes special needs. And then so it wasn't a specific,
If you go right to the website, it's not gonna take you to.
yeah, it wasn't specific, it was
That's
just.
what I thought. I found that issue before too, and I thought that was kind of weird, but I just figured maybe it was me. So it's, we need a link between the two of them. Maybe we should have a little icon on the front page that says, click here for special needs registry. And we can send everyone straight to the front page and not have to worry about any links whatsoever. The cards are fine, we're not changing that. Well, I mean, it's like, you know, just a small link on the very front. And it's a benefit of the town because what we're doing is a very important thing.
And just right now you have it all the way at the end. Video as well.
I will say this, if you put in the search engine, on the website and you put registry, the first thing that comes up is special needs registry program launches in Miami Lakes.
Is it on the website itself? Not on
The
Google?
website itself.
That's good. But I think a lot of people are gonna type it into Google like you did. They're gonna just go, special needs, let Miami Lakes, and they're gonna look for it from there. So if we get it on the front page, if we can, even if it's just for a few months, tell them just for a few months, we wanna have it on the front page. That would help us direct traffic directly, and then we can create our flyers to say, go to Town of Miami Lakes, you know, website, which is,
Was that something we can discuss with the
That-
player?
Yeah.
That can actually be also pinned on the Miami Lakes Facebook page. Can be pinned to the top.
Yep.
And doesn't matter how many days pass by, it's still on the top of the page.
I'm sure we can get by with a couple of weeks with that with them.
What was it that you Googled?
I put special needs,
Special needs
special
Miami
needs, Town of Miami Lakes special needs.
Okay.
That's what I put. Town of Miami Lakes special needs.
Like
To
I
see
just
what would
Googled-
come up, you know?
Yeah,
Because I thought, you know, maybe somebody looks for it and then they're looking and they can't find it. Now we have because that's perfect, that's great. But what if they don't, just, oh, there's a program, and then when they go in, they go, oh, but I can't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I put Miami Lakes registry, nothing else, just to see what, and like, at the beginning, it says like different things, but then it says videos. but.
And
it's a
remember,
little-
everybody, your
But
search
it does
results will
happen
be
actually.
different.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's search results will be different. If we've been working on the project,
It has
ours
it
is gonna
right.
show up quicker. Someone who hasn't heard about the project, if you ask them to go Google search it, it'll look completely different. than ours.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the key. Get it on the front page of the website for, even if it's for a couple of months, tell them, hey, look, we'll take it down when we got some significant response. And then we can create a flyer that's bright, vibrant, and talks about why this program is so important. And to learn more details, go to the main website, which the address will be right there. Or contact the police department and put the phone number directly for them. And then because some people will do internet, some people will call the phone. And then we go from there, we get them in and they'll be able to learn more about it, and then they can decide if they want to do it or not. And I think that a couple of months of that attention for this program should get you up to a significant number of people.
I have a question. Can the form also be emailed? Is that a way to do it too, or
The actual
form?
registration,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. No, the
because
reason
it-
I ask is like, let's say if they were to call Jessie
Mhm.
and maybe they ask her, maybe that's another way too, in case they're not able to do it like that, and maybe they want to print it, that's
Just
another
a couple
way.
of different ways to be able
Right,
to,
right.
Yeah.
different ways, yeah.
to submit it.
Yeah, I told everybody, you can come by the station, pick it up, or I can send you a link and you can print it yourself. The thing, sometimes people have told me, oh, but I don't have a printer. You know, I mean, I don't know if they just don't want me to, they want to get rid of me, but because I'm there blabbing away about the program. But I tell them, I got you. Come by, or I can come to you and bring you, like the gentleman the other day, I took it to him because he said, I can't leave the house, so I got you, and then I brought it to him, and I was,
That's a great point, because I remember when we did the transition program, we allocated 2 days a week or something like that, where I was here at the town, people would come and I would help them register, fill out the application, and whatever the case. So if we could be more accessible in that regard, to literally help the individual along with the town, I think that would bring more traction. And if we can do that in different places, like let's say GD, to give people in that area access to something local to them. So then we're like kind of cross marketing, because they're learning about the agency or the service. We're helping them with the application and like that. But we can't really expect them to come or even to let you know, oh yeah, bring it over. They're a lot of times they're not gonna freely admit that they need it or whatever the case. So if they can come to where they're comfortable,
right.
in a sense.
No, and the other thing too that I thought about the other day was, I'm driving a police car. And,
It's scary. It's a scary.
It's a little intimidating.
Hey, what's going on? And everybody, so I thought, oh man, this is, I can push, but it's.
It's a little scary. And then with the marketing, like if there's events coming and ahead of time, let them know that you'll be there, for that purpose.
We could just send you out with donuts.
But I always have donuts in my car. No, we do pastelitos now, not donuts.
Where's Miami?
We're in Miami.
Okay, because.
But I think that would be a good thing.
I gotta ask, if we do croquetas in Miami and we do donuts throughout the rest of the country, do Alaskan police officers give out like salmon?
Yeah,
that's salmon, man.
Well, one thing would be, and that point would be good if, let's say I talk to somebody and they say, no, and it sounds like, I tell them, listen, somebody else can take it to you. Then if I can have that support from you guys, I talk to Vivian all the time about all these things. So maybe, hey, look, I have this person and, I'll defer to one of you guys. You can talk to him again.
We can set up blocks. I mean, we got a map. We
I'm
can set up
willing
blocks.
to do that, like if, you want us to go and talk to someone and maybe, I'm willing to do it. You
Yeah,
can count on me
sometimes
to.
they feel better if it's like another parent.
Yeah.
Or,
And then you'd be surprised how much we would find out from that one conversation of the services that they need. It's like, oh, you guys do this? Oh, you guys offer this? And it's a whole world of.
And I have a son with special needs, so that sometimes, that helps, like,
Same here, I have a family member over, so if we need someone to advocate for, like, I understand where you're at because I'm in the same situation, I know that's helpful too.
Well, good news for you, we're just about to lose a board member. If I were you, I would check in with the town and see, get your name on the list. David, where are you going?
I'm moving to Orlando.
To Orlando?
Plus, I have a 6-day-old child, so that's what.
Whoa.
6-day-old?
Yeah, right now, I look fine, but I'm deprived.
You're not here.
Yeah, it's like, I'm here, but I'm falling asleep inside, trust me.
Should I give you the
It's brutal.
2 I have 2 of those. I've had 2 of those.
Oh, this is my first time, I'm just
Yeah, let's
saying.
make them feel bad. Your wife is the one doing all the work. So why do you want her?
This is a piece of cake. When until he starts the baby shark song,
Oh.
that's when you wanna kill yourself. So this right now is
No, looking forward to
perfect.
that,
Baby
but-
sharks on stage? No.
Okay, guys, we gotta move along.
I'm sorry.
I
That's
don't
all.
wanna, all right, okay, so the next item on the agenda is the SNAP scholarships. Chantal, do you want to update about that, or we?
I thought we were tabling that until the
Until the
fiscal year
next-
starts
okay.
again, so
I
should
put it on here just in case you have
Yeah.
anything to say about it.
Nothing new. My next step would be to make a motion to allocate money to it. So if we can't do that till January, then can we just defer till January?
Okay.
And make a motion to defer the SNAP scholarships till January.
I second.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. So new business, I'm gonna ask, Clary to talk about the GG's golf tournament.
Yes.
And to see if we want to contribute, how we're gonna do it, but you know the most about it.
Okay, so we have, this is our second year of doing golf tournament. So we're excited to do it in Miami Lakes. We did it before outside Miami Lakes, but now we're in Miami Lakes, so we love to do it there at Miami Lakes. So it's gonna be done on November 19th, and it's at Chula's, and shot fun is at 1 p.m. And what we are looking is just any way that can collaborate with us, meaning we have peace signs, and we can have also special need advisory board for the peace sign. There's an opportunity, you can have like a little booth also, like and talk about the registry. There's also, if anything, like maybe food related, but we already have like the mayor's cafes donating our breakfast, like some of the bagels. We have, so anything that you can think of, you can collaborate with us, or like making, like special need, just be, they see their name, they ask about the program. And it's just also an awareness day, because there's not only just parents with the special need kids, but like everybody that plays golf will be there.
Mhm.
So it's an awareness for disability, and then to make it like a fun day for those golfers, but they're also helping in a great mission.
And you said November 19th.
November 19th,
So
which
it's
is
a
Friday, and short fun is at 1 p.m.
And glad, because I was looking at,
the
like some
sponsorship
type of,
levels?
yeah, the sponsorship
So-
levels,
so,
the
yeah.
T signs,
So
how
the
much are
designs
those?
are 200, 200.
No, 200.
200, the design. And they go on like in the homes, like they're 18 holes. So yes, so 18 holes, so every hole has a sponsor. So we have like levels, for example, like golfers, like big companies that they do like to golf. The sponsorship, which is like $10,000, that they get to like 16 players get to play. And it's part of the sponsorship, and they get like marketing materials, they get like every golfer gets a goodie bag, they get all the information about like the programs that we have. And so every level has a sponsor, like advertising in the website. But the family sponsor is like the family sponsor $400, and it's like for a beverage card. And so your logo will be a little bigger on the image part. And then you have the designs, which is $200 for the design. Then it
What
will
about
be-
like a booth? So that we could, you know, maybe the cards and.
Yeah, you can have a
Is
booth
there
in
a
a registration.
category for that?
There is no category for the booth, but you can be in the front in the registration. As soon as you walk, like the golfers register, you can be at the registration. And then give the information about the program. And then you have a design, so when they're playing, they're looking at special need advisor, or I wanna ask about it with your logo, and then you supporting accounts. So,
Until what time is the event?
the shotgun starts at 1 p.m. and it's all the way, it takes about 4 or 5 hours, the whole game, so they finish around 6. Mhm. Yeah, so we have like after that, we have like medals, and we have like recognition on the first place, second place, third place, and
I would like to make a motion to do one of the T signs for $250. Is there any discussion? Does anybody want to discuss that?
Sure.
That sounds great.
I think it sounds good. We get to choose which teams.
yeah.
I'd say let's make it the first team, or everybody see us right when they walk in.
I know anything about golf. You don't know.
The first goal.
The first goal.
Yeah.
So, as far as the booth space, if we could get a booth up there, with some information about us, that would be good. It would be really cool if we could get an iPad and register people for the registry.
Listen, you guys, we're gonna have a table set up in the entrance for registration. You guys can set up right there.
Sounds good.
We have connections, so we know the people doing the event, so.
I would love to tell you that these ideas would work great.
Also,
and I can
we're
help you,
doing
but
like goodie bags for the golfers, so those cards should be going in the
Yes, agreed.
on the bags.
I can't
Every
be there for
golfer
the
should
event.
have
I will,
one card.
I will be out of town, so I can't be there. But I would suggest that if you could, have an iPad there and try to register people if they want to register. But, yeah, put the cards in the bags. And sponsor the thing. That sounds like a great way to communicate with folks that are coming in and helping out.
Okay. All right, so did someone second the motion? My motion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Any against? Okay, motion passes. 250 for the
That
GG.
was 200.
200.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, 200.
Okay.
For the GG's golf tournament. Got it.
So are we gonna have the table there? Is that?
Yeah, there's we're
Okay.
gonna kind of use their table.
So I guess-
We don't need a lot of room.
Does
The
we-
3x5
Yeah.
cards are this
Does
big.
we mean you're gonna go, or you want to assign someone to go? Because David over here is not doing anything anymore. We can just say David.
They're gonna say it's a good thing.
Not doing anything anymore. You're right,
I would
definitely.
have
Sleeping
to
is not something to
double
do either.
check, but I
It
will-
brings it.
I'm not sure, 'cause
You know what?
My
Okay.
daughter
That's
gets out of
actually
work because I have to
Get a
see.
show up.
November 19th, it's a Friday.
I'm actually
Golfers
producing a
like
Powerball.
that.
race.
And I mean, it has to do with the budget too. Because if you wanted it on the weekends, like all the members want to play on the weekends, so they would not give you the course for the weekend. So, and then the prices will go.
Exponentially.
Super expensive.
Okay, we gotta finish up here and I don't wanna rush. So, okay, the next item, it's disability awareness training. I wanted to try and schedule with the town another one of our training. Why did I feel that had my name on? Well, you're the one who does it. I want to schedule.
That is.
You know, maybe, I don't know, if the holidays are technically here already, so maybe try to, start up the year with that. Try to get a date from the, maybe we can get Miss Audrey to do the autism part of it. You wanted to do that for the town or any specific group or like everybody?
Everybody. Including the council.
And employees that haven't been to it,
Right.
but some went, but not everyone.
Or you can do it again. It's been 2 years already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's the
because
crazy
the
thing.
pandemic
we have
sounds
lost
like
a
a
year.
year.
We did it,
Yeah.
right, we did it
Oh, yeah.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that last time we did it, it was sent out as a whole for everybody that could make it. It wasn't very accessible as far as the time that we were able to do it, because we did it flat in the middle of the day where everybody's working. We did two, actually.
Yeah.
And two that we did, everybody was working. The first one, I think the first one might have been better number wise than the second one, right? But still, we had less than 10 people. The first one, way under that the second time. Which is kind of like my pet peeve, because I'm like, it needs to be a little bit more enforced, a little bit more
Right.
mandatory. in a sense. I was gonna say,
Mandatory.
yeah. Mandatory, but not mandatory, because you can't really make it
This is
mandatory.
mandatory training for all.
Yeah, so it's a
Highly suggest.
tricky thing in regards to.
Well, if Mandy says it is, then it won't be such a big deal,
Manny
right?
wouldn't put on him. But.
We have to make them say that it's mandatory and have it come.
But I think if we group it where, we have three different ones, this one's gonna be for the town employees, this one for the council, can be a part of the council, so we'll see, I'll see what the options are.
Also, like other committees and other committee members.
You could do one a week for an entire week of January, for the entire month of January. Would that work? You could do like a training a week for a month of January. You just select which groups are gonna get to go that time. You say, we're gonna block this time off and the council gets to come this time, and council assistants. We're gonna block this time off, fire and police, block this time off, town employees.
And we can use the trainings.
Right.
Here, like the chambers, what I was just thinking was that we could also schedule to go to the committee and do it at the committee. So,
But it takes a bit, so
Yeah.
I don't know, it won't, I don't think it would be enough time, especially all we have is an hour and a half.
yeah,
It won't be enough,
to do it the way that we did it, it takes.
and the
12 hours.
examples are great, so not being able to do that, having to cut that short, it's like.
I would block it. I would block it off and do it specifically for groups. And that way you can fit it in. And then by the end of January, if there's groups that didn't get a chance to go, we can do another one first week of February for those who missed,
A catch-all.
a catch-all. That would be five training. Is there four? There's 4 months in January, or 4 weeks in January, right?
4.
So that would make 5 total with the first week of February.
Yeah.
Can you record it, so it's not like the same thing over, like, that's a lot of time, can it be recorded or like hosted via Zoom or another way for people to access it, so it's not like you have to come and do this training, I'm sure, like,
Not the same.
showing up, I know, but if it gives people more accessibility to it, if people are more willing to come because they have the option of watching it when it's convenient for them or logging in from home or whatever, that I'd rather more people access it than, I get the warm fuzzies when I'm in front of people talking too, but like if more people can be accessed with other modes, I think we should
We can
consider
do that
that.
with the catch-all in February. Make that one a
Right,
virtual
yeah.
event. That way everyone can participate.
Right. It could definitely be a virtual event, and we just have to set it up that way.
Or like hybrid,
Or
like
hybrid.
this, like we're
Right.
live, we can be live, but people who can't be, they can log in too. If that gets more people through the door.
And maybe we can pre-record it or record it, when we do it live, and then
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
Because what I'm referring to is when you get the disability experience from it, in the literal sense, like we sit down, we sit you down in a wheelchair, we tie your legs and you're in the wheelchair, or the blind. And
That's what I was gonna ask, because it really makes them.
it makes a difference.
It's different.
Right.
You can't get that feeling through virtual,
Yes.
but we can do a virtual one for the February. We could work on, while we're doing each one, we could come in with a video camera and record and paste together. I know how to edit video, so if you guys want me to do this, we can just get a camera and do the recordings. And we can edit together and have a presentation.
And to accommodate more, I think that there's different aspects to the disability training. So to that point, so if we want to do the full training with the physical one-on-one, and then you have the verbiage training.
Well, for sure, there's accessibility issues virtually, like people, if they're not able, if their vision is not intact, they can't access it, their hearing's not intact, so like there are barriers to the virtual aspect too, that I think we could,
Kind of limited
Um,
representation.
yeah.
There's a lot of things we have to come up with. But I do think that would be the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Just start a series of training in January and go from there.
Sounds like a plan. Jesse, Miss Jesse. Okay, next item, we kind of already, the officer already talked about it, the Florida State issue IDs. We're trying to get like,
You know, we have a contact for that. Let me find out for you and I'll send it to you in an email
we already
because,
contacted someone, so.
oh, there's someone that's supposed to come to an event that the school is having in January, the safety event, that does all that stuff for ID printing and for special needs. I don't know who the person is, because they haven't told me who it was yet, but there was someone who actually is coming there and prints out the IDs and everything like that in there, and they're with the, I think they're with the DMV. So there must be someone that
It might
doesn't.
be the same person.
I mean, maybe if, actually, if I could get the contact, that would be great, because
Yeah.
the more, you know, which.
Yeah, whichever.
Yeah,
there
yeah, to
first.
get- yeah.
I'll find out for you.
Okay, awesome. All right, okay, and the last item is the announcements, which the check presentation from the mayor's gala and the Reyes Cottage fundraiser is gonna be presented to us at the November town council meeting, which is November 9th. I hope that you all can make it. You know, so that's where we're gonna find out how much money.
I don't know, not yet, we're already here.
That's a nice experience because we get the check. Yeah, it's one of those big checks.
No, is that, all of a sudden I thought we're still out of town, but yeah, no, we can wait on the 7th, so
Okay, good.
that's.
So, and I'm gonna be doing the report to the council. So we're all there, you all can come up with me.
You want me to address the contract?
My birthday's the 10th, so I might be in Europe somewhere.
Somewhere.
Somewhere over the middle. You can watch it virtually.
There you go.
Vivian, what time does the meeting start on the night?
I believe the presentations start earlier. at 10. But I have to see if they're gonna do a special presentation first. That's gonna be before the meeting. Or how they're gonna do it. But I'll let you guys know.
Thank you.
Because that agenda is not out yet. I'll let you guys know, but plan on being there. Yeah, okay. Coming in, we can all celebrate.
We'll be here.
So let me make one. Oh, you have
One last thing, I know I said I didn't want to do a lot of talking, but I believe in sharing. These are a form that I had something to do with, for elderly affairs and public safety. For the elderly, if a police officer goes to a house and they go in and maybe the person is unconscious and they don't know anything, what meds are they on, who's your doctor? These are forms that you can fill out and put on the refrigerator in your home. But I just want you to see what we've done, because I believe in sharing. You could pass those. And perhaps you could use them too, if we just get the town to print some up and leave them out front. But if, like I said, I believe in sharing.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you, we appreciate
No,
it.
thank you guys. I
Especially
appreciate
for
it.
fire,
You're
because they
letting
always
me-
ask all the questions and.
I'm
for-
sorry?
For fire rescue, especially for them.
Yeah, there should be another page with that though, where there's more information. They just gave me those to bring to my meeting tonight. But there's another page where you can list all your meds
Physician's
and,
name, everything,
I'm sorry?
the physician's name as well, and information.
Yeah, it should be on there. I think that might be on the front page, but there is a second page to add more information. But I just wanted you to see those because and I'm sharing you those, those two with you right now.
That is a great idea.
Well, I love your cards. So I had to reciprocate. Okay, I'm gonna hand out your cards, you're gonna hand out my paper.
Teamwork.
Or you guys,
All
get
right.
the clothes.
All right, so I move to adjourn the meeting at 7:01. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, meeting adjourned. I love you, but I got good night, everybody.
Hi, good night.
Change to show it.
No, you can keep those,
Oh,
notes if you like, and make copies for yourselves until I can get everybody to make copies.
Not today. You did something about not today? Great.
I got it at one of those fairs.
You need to combine, Gigi's.
I know, I'm just reminding you guys. I will, I
And your
will.
kids too, like we have music classes.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
My big guy.
In-
likes that.
Mhm.
We have our dance class now on Saturdays. That's 10 a.m.
Uh-huh.
But.
And we have an art class at 1 p.m.
Maybe a third?
An art class at 1 p.m.
Yeah, I'm there, so right at 12.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good to see you. Have a good night.
The only one that keeps us sane.
No, the one that I told them I didn't answer. So the ones that called in the morning, they told me was, if we bring the teachers, they would charge us $50.
So there was.
The ones I spoke to right here, $18 for your person. Teacher, and then it's the service, I was there, I mean, I wasn't there for the aspect, but I was there. Yeah, we're always there. We're always there. From 7 to 9. I did, like, just what happened, I was at that corner, and I was there at 7:30. So when I got there, the accident happened. I just got there at the tail end to see.
I can tell you how.
What they were doing, getting all this information, waiting for the all the secretary.
Okay.
And then
Each
to
of them.
clarify as well.
My topic was because the lieutenant was asking.
Because that person would be able to point to the person at their next meeting. At their next meeting. So, maybe other people that are on the-
I know.
I was crazy.
I too.
Do to help out, at least like, I'll be there, like, whatever I can do. My schedule. Yeah, that's something I was gonna ask, like,
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, I just. I'm gonna have something here.
So.
You know, people say.
So I would still like to have that party. Right now, I'm exhausted and very sleepy. So once I get a rhythm for once, so maybe in about a week or so, I'll give you a call, we'll go to Joe's. Chat it up. Oh. Yeah, I go.
I am not good at PowerPoint, but I have templates that I can use. Que si lo hizo mi amigo mío, es de uno.
And my guys will just say, really sit down, they'll leave.
So,
No,
So that's.
no, Lonzo, they're-
That's, yeah.
He's bringing up stuff.
So I think you're running, I understand your schedule. I don't know.
Usamos medium y large.
I'm running out of.
Oh, you guys don't use it? Medium is small? So we can keep them out. So you want two extra large, Alex, one extra large. Para Alejandro, one small.
This is what actually doing this just so they have time to find somebody else. Look at that, perfect. Moving along and it seems like it just worked out.
Wrapping up.
Entonces, seis camisas
There's nothing. It is perfect. And
So mañana
but in this case,
Oh, yeah, but it was like. Oh, okay.
That's what I already told him. I said, you wanted him to stand up there and direct.
Yeah, very nice, guys. All right, take care. See you around.
the officer was gonna make it work.
Somebody.
And that's-
This woman, the way I saw that picture, he sent me, it looked like.
Are you ever written down?
Oh, Sal
But I don't recall who it was.
on the Carmel.
Yeah,
Because they were
to
talking
make the process easier.
about-
Yeah,
There was a
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but she knows you're presenting.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't even think about it. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I heard it. Come on.
That's right, yeah.
Bueno, I was telling that.
Okay, guys.
I know.
You wanna sit in?
You always want all these things.
You wanna sit in?
No, it's okay, it's good.
Are you sitting here like
And again,
I'll make sure you get it. Oh, November 1st is the subcommittee meeting for the veterans.
Okay.
If you to come to that and see what the rules are about the cars and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's gonna be here probably, I'm not sure if it's gonna be in this room, because they've been meeting in there, but it could be here.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Thank you.
Okay.
You have like the letter, the Monday.
I don't know
and Saturday.
which hat.
Yes, I got it. Saturday one is like just another.
Telling you, I don't know if you saw, like one stood right, the other one completely, and it was already this one. I saw you at the head of the table, I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah, it's like a last.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a report on, I'll talk on Friday to make sure I talk to. Sergeant, has done it for you. So I have like 100, you know, so I have like 100% on what.
When I saw it elsewhere,
What.
this just says ID, or something else. So I said, I gotta get
Let me know. He's been in and out, he's been in and out. So yeah, when he goes to let me know, just like the same, you've been.
Thank you.
¿Cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estamos?
The past 2 weeks are like
You are
non-stop.
correct.
Are you here?
That was
Your plan?
Very-
Okay. No, I just.
Take it,
So
take
many
it.
products that I get confused, and then some people are getting multiple.
Bueno, take care.
No, we are on. And it's the coins that are- Okay. Let's see. Anywhere you want. All right, we're gonna. All this meeting to order. Y'all got a copy of the read the minutes?
Yeah, I did that. If possible.
Okay, don't mess with Rosie. Rosie. Rosie needs to be her guest.
Do you need help on that?
Beyond help.
What is it?
It's a form.
Oh, okay.
Actually, what happened when we have session?
Oh, she's handing these out.
Yeah.
Jeez, I just put them away. I know, but I had a stack. It's
Oh.
the other meeting.
What
I just put these away. This is in my note again.
happened when we have session?
With who?
That one.
I don't know. Everybody was texting me while I was in that meeting. And I was in that meeting, I'm killing time while I'm answering and it didn't answer. Let me check a voicemail if he left a voicemail. No, he's on his way, I thought. He didn't give me a voicemail, he texted me. Yeah, try to phone me. I don't know where he is. Now, if we're locked in here with the door closed, rather not locked, but closed in here, and he's at any of the doors, he's not
You want me
gonna
to
get
go
in.
check?
If you want,
Yeah, I can go check.
or
out.
open the
No, I don't
door at least so we can hear him banging on the door.
Okay. I'll leave it open.
Poor guy, I hope it's not raining.
Locked in here.
All right. We're gonna call this meeting to order. 7:14. Okay, roll call, secretary call, roll call, please.
Nancy,
Here,
George.
Here.
Rosa here. Officer Rodriguez.
Here.
Officer Amador. Omar,
Here.
Lewis.
Here.
Robin, Johnny,
Here.
and Chief Cardoso.
Present.
okay. Yay. Woo-hoo. I ain't gonna be worried about Darwin. And. No.
And,
Oh, listen, I was looking at those pictures. All
Mhm.
right, introduce yourself and then we will, are you doing public comments or?
No, I think I'm on 6A. If you wanna
Okay.
do whatever you gotta do before you leave, that's fine. or-
Oh, this, oh, you know what? Where are you? I am. This agenda has been revised, am I right? And that's why I didn't see 6A, because I don't remember writing it.
I think you told me to add it, just for the sake of time.
Right, and that's why I don't have it on the other agenda, so I'm glad I'm looking at this one.
But I gave you an updated one, right? You have one?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, just, you have to tell me the name.
Oh, what's on the agenda?
Tell me your name.
Brian, whatever.
That I remembered. Okay. All right, we'll get to that. Okay. Do we have any public comments? None. No. Okay, and everybody's read the minutes. I need a motion to adopt and a second. Okay, second. You're getting sleepy out there.
Good.
Okay. All right. Motion by Johnny.
Is
I
someone
don't know why I'm doing
taking
this.
minutes?
I
I
got
just
a
wanna make sure.
secretary. I'm sorry, what?
Okay, okay.
She does it anyway.
Okay,
That's my
okay.
job description. I was just making sure about the
Yeah.
minutes.
I'm sorry, you're making sure about the what?
That somebody.
I got it.
Oh, yeah, but Rosie,
Alright.
okay. Darwin, yay.
Made it.
Did you bring coffee?
Oh, I wish. I've been here since 4:30. Okay, all right, we just adopted the minutes, Darwin.
I'm sorry?
We just adopted the minutes.
Okay.
And before I forget, before I go, everybody go home because some of you, I have your coins in the car, you're heading. Okay. Any deferrals, additions, or deletions? All right, we're on 6A. Neighborhood Improvement Committee, traffic concern on Miami Lakes Drive. Okay, you were talking about that accident this morning.
Nope, not aware of an accident this morning, but you know
Okay,
what?
Okay,
But you know what? If it is in the location that I'm describing, it's even more of a pressing issue. Unfortunately, the issue I'm gonna be bringing up is not gonna be foreign to anyone in our first responders in the room. But basically, a few weeks ago, or not at this month's regular council meeting, but at the one preceding that, a gentleman brought the concern up to the dais about a lot of accidents happening on that big turn on Miami Lakes Drive, and I believe it's Miami Lakeway North, if I'm not mistaken. And you know, living in Miami Lakes since I was 9 years old, it does feel like every time they fix that wall, someone else manages to break it. And we're aware also of fatalities, very severe injuries, and it's always, you know, the same story. They just hit that corner way too fast. My understanding of that corner is not that it sneaks up on you. There's a lot of, you know, high visibility. It's more, and we're gonna be seeking to have a look at the statistics and the reports to see how many of those people are from within Miami Lakes and how many are outside of Miami Lakes and really are just using our roads, you know, to get to the Palmetto or something like that, and maybe are more unfamiliar with our roads. Because, you know, the way I see it, being someone familiar with our streets, you know to slow down there. Otherwise, you're not gonna make that turn. But that being said, I started looking at potential ways of fixing the situation there. One of the things that I did, and I know this wasn't included with your agenda, but I was taking a look at the intersection and trying to get a feel of what is different about this corner from other corners, because as a matter of fact, this, and I know this is gonna look small to you guys, but this right here is actually the corner of 154th and Cowpen Road, back behind the Publix. It's almost an identical sharpness of a turn as this one, which is the one that we're talking about. But why are there no accidents up here versus accidents over here? You start looking and comparing at the corners, and you start realizing that they're very, very similar. The major difference being one has a street light, a traffic light, the other one doesn't. And the other one being, and they both go off into single lane, both directions road. And what do you call this? And they're both very sharp. One of the things that we want to look into at proposing is the elimination of that street light and replacing it with a roundabout. That's, we understand, the most expensive and also the most difficult to attain solution. But we've also looked at other options, such as placing the speed limit signs that actually flash back at you and tell you your speed. I think even as a Miami Laker, I do notice myself approaching kind of fast at times. Slow down in time though. But I think it's easy for you to approach and now realize, hey, I'm going 40, 50 miles an hour, you know, or maybe even faster than that as I'm getting there. And then you have that, oh crap moment. and you have to hit the brakes hard to slow down in time. So maybe, you know, things like the flashing, you know what I'm talking about, the speed limit signs that have the radars on them and tell you your speed. Those there could be helpful. In addition, we currently have, wrong way. And I know this is really hard to see, as you're approaching westbound, you do have these arrows. They're reflective, but they're not that bright. They don't call attention. We have seen that there are some of these types of signs that light up. Actually, like the whole sign lights up, and you know, the intention isn't to turn this corner into a Christmas tree, but it is to make it visible. It's to call the eye and make that driver, especially the out of towner who doesn't drive our streets every day, say, okay, you know what, maybe let me analyze the situation here. Let me slow it down a little bit so that you know, because why would they go through the trouble of putting all this signage, all these arrows, all these lights and bells and whistles out here, if not because there's a hazard? So the reason we're here today, the reason the NIC sent me here today is to kind of gauge from you guys. Number one, you guys have been dealing with this for many years, you know, and I'm just getting to this now. So it's to pick your brain, but also to understand, you know, what your input is on something like that. Do you think that a roundabout would actually be something helpful or maybe even harmful? I know that there is a counter argument to roundabouts that people just don't know how to drive them, and they actually end up causing more accidents than they deter.
My question is, a roundabout there, don't you think that instead of hitting the wall, they're gonna be
running right through it?
Yeah.
That's a legitimate concern, one that a traffic safety expert would have to answer, because I don't have that answer. I'm very truthful on that.
If I may butt in, it's funny how you're bringing, I didn't know what you're gonna be doing tonight.
Mhm.
But on something else, I had to call Michael Zayas, however you pronounce his name. I spoke with him today because all of the reports that we give and whatever, they go to Michael, and he's conducting a heat map where he, you know, puts a pin in all these areas. And I spoke to him, I said, you know, I don't live in Lock Isle, but I have friends who live there. And every time I head home and I see that wall is broken again, it's like one of my babies. It's like, my God, how many times am I gonna keep hitting this wall? And I paid attention recently where they now have those arrows, there's 5 or 6 signs with arrows and letters and all that stuff, yeah. And there's also, I was gonna suggest, why don't we lower the speed limit? There's a speed limit sign, it says 20 miles an hour.
So that's
And
actually.
so wait, so the thing is, people are speeding, and he surprised me. They're keeping records that the accidents and the people that they are stopping, they're seeing are mostly kids like around 18 to 25 years old. And yes, they are speeding. And I believe he said they don't live in the town. And he's keeping a record of these people that are doing this. So we've lowered the speed limit. I don't know that perhaps there's something you can do to change the angle of that curve. I'm not the engineer, but he's working on trying to fix it. But in the meantime, that wall just keeps getting hit, and everybody's ignoring the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. And the traffic light. I got a stop sign just around the corner from there at Miami Lakes North, Miami Lakeway North, and Fairway. There's a stop sign there. You really don't have to stop for it. If you're turning right onto Fairway, you don't need to stop, because the way the other traffic is going, they're not going down the street that way. And nobody stops for that stop sign anymore. So if they're not stopping for stop signs, and they're not slowing down for a 20-mile-an-hour sign where you're talking about, I really don't know what that can be done. But you were asking about the people that are doing this. And he did pinpoint ages and where they live. That's all I can add to the discussion, because I don't have a solution.
That in itself is already good insight. And you brought up an important point, which is the speed limit signs. Currently, and I don't know how many of you can actually see this, but these red circles are the current 30-mile-an-hour signs. The green circle is where I actually propose the radar speed limit signs, which would be 20 miles an hour. That those are much closer than the 30-mile-an-hour signs, but also further away than these yellow circles, which are where the 20-mile-an-hour signs currently are. So I'm gonna show you, that's where the 20-mile-an-hour sign is. You're already in the corner. It's too late to slow down.
Mhm, yes,
It is
yes.
way too late for you to slow down. So I actually had them pushed back a little bit, gives you a little bit more time. And again, because it's a lit up sign, you know, that's telling you your speed, you have a little bit of a higher chance of actually paying attention to it. And then that in addition with those light up arrows that are warning you, hey, the road turns over here on this little border, they would replace the existing ones. Currently you have the reflective ones that I think would be very useful. I think at a minimum, the minimum goal would be the light up arrows and the radar signs. But if the town really wants to do something, I do think road work needs to happen. And whether that be a traffic circle, I never say the word right, French, chicane or whatever.
What is it?
Chagrin.
About the traffic circle?
No, well, you know, you have the roundabout / traffic circle, whatever you want to call it, depending on what country you're from. But then you have chicanes, which are basically intentionally choking traffic but by using the curb. It makes sense on a straightaway. It doesn't really make sense on a curve. But you know, the point is, I'm open to anything, but it's about getting at least a conversation started on something that can then later be presented to the council for further study and advice.
Right, so do you know when this accident happened? I mean, is there's a problem that, people are hitting this wall? Is it happening at nighttime all the time?
What I have seen, because I live right near there, is that the difference with this last hit to the wall, it's a little further west than where it's usually being hit. There's one area that's just constant,
Mhm.
and that's closer to the intersection itself. But this one's a little further west, but it's to me, it's like the trouble over there on, what is that, 87th Avenue? Because there aren't enough traffic lights over there, I think. People just speed over there. And the traffic signals there might slow that down. I do not know. Every time I come through there, I study it, I look at it, whatever, and try to figure it out. I don't see that a roundabout's gonna do it because there's way too much traffic there. Roundabouts, and from placing those drive like your kids live there, here signs, I've seen the roundabouts in more residential areas. I don't know that it's gonna work there because of the speed, ability to go faster. And that's the only light, maybe a couple of lights or something. I'm not the engineer. Good.
What, like the accidents, most of the accidents happen at nighttime or daytime?
I don't know, Mike didn't, we didn't discuss it at length, but I did ask him about other stuff that I had to call him about. And he's still keeping the heat map and all that other thing. And then I told him about the wall. And so I don't know that he's coming up with suggestions, I think, but it needs to be addressed. I agree with you.
As an officer, do you happen to have an idea, just general idea of the times that accidents in that particular area
I have to
happen?
report, but if they're done, like, let's say at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, I can also tell you that maybe the bars around here could have a contributing factor because people are getting out of here at that time, and then it seems at night time's a little bit.
Because based on what she said, that it was younger people, 17 to 19, and out of towners, that would actually fit as well. Them leaving the Main Street area, Miami Lakes downtown area to get onto the Palmetto via 154th and get on the highway, that would make sense. And generally speaking, I would say, to answer your question ultimately, is it's gonna be nighttime.
I would think.
The majority of them, but that's obviously a guess without having actual hard statistics. We are gonna work on getting hard statistics. I'm gonna have to talk to that.
Maybe another idea of my work, since it's gonna be at nighttime, is light that place, put more lights around there.
Yeah, it's not well
It's
lit.
not well, I mean-
I've checked that out too. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, the lighting there isn't that great.
Because
Maybe they
going
don't
east-
see I'm sorry?
Going east also is a rough turn,
Mhm.
and then nobody hits the wall.
No.
It's just going out.
Yeah,
So, because I think the other way going east is actually worse. If you're coming, like faster. When you get to that to make like those right turns or whatever you got there,
yeah.
and for some reason, nobody hits that wall,
Right.
But they hit the wall because they hit somebody, right? And then they got to the wall and
No,
they just.
no,
They just
no,
go
no,
next to the wall.
Yeah, they lose straight to the wall. And when she said that she's noticed, a couple of them a little further west, a little further away from the intersection, that's just somebody who actually managed to hold the drift. That's all it
Part
is.
of that, I
They literally held the
pictured it-
drift for a little longer and then they lost it.
I pictured it in my mind that he struggled a little more and still went on.
So, but yeah, that was the main thing to kind of get this conversation started, here as well. It's obviously a concern, not just for the residents of Lock Isle. I don't even live there, but it's frustrating because I have lived in Miami Lakes since I was 9 years old and I have seen that thing constantly get broken and repaired. Now as a member of the board in Satori, if I had one of the walls in my community getting busted all the time, it wouldn't take long before I put something up that maybe the town's not gonna like, but we're gonna put something up to protect our property. And, unfortunately, Lock Isle is gonna find themselves in a position eventually of putting up something that maybe the town doesn't like. It doesn't look pretty, just, some steel or something. And let's avoid that. Let's avoid that situation by, building that infrastructure out a little better.
Well, eventually they're gonna hit some innocent person walking
Of
down
course.
the street with a stroller or walking the dog and they're gonna take somebody out.
Remember when we were taking the picture that we have a sign right there that says,
Don't even think about
don't even think about speeding. We were there here taking the pictures. It's like,
Mhm.
So, yeah, we're gonna get better statistics and that was the point of this, to get the conversation started, hear back from you guys on what you think. And if you have any ideas, one of the things I always say is that I do not have an exclusive license on good ideas.
I have a question. I don't know if you could do those things. Like when you're on the turnpike and you go a little left, a little line.
Yeah,
Can you do that going 20?
you can have, what do they call those?
I hate them.
Did you say going?
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
thing
like when
to
you drive
notify you
over
that you're
that.
getting drifting off your bike. Wakes you up.
Because I'm the one. Not here, the line.
Are you
Maybe
talking-
you can put those.
Are you
things.
talking about the ones that are,
It's like white lines.
on the line, or like the one that's there to wake you up if you start getting off the road? Or are you talking about the ones that are horizontal
Those.
all across the lane
Those.
when you're getting to like the sun pass and it's meant to slow you
Yes.
down just a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a legitimate option.
Yeah, but if you're speeding, you're gonna take that fast anyway, so.
That's why I say that if you
Yeah.
put the roundabout there, like,
Mhm.
they're gonna come in speeding and when they notice that's there, it's gonna be already too late for them. So they, instead of hitting the wall, they're just gonna stop there.
I think that one thing I noticed is the 20-mile-an-hour sign. I was surprised to see it. I purposely went down the street and I said, is there a speed limit? What is the speed limit? We can lower the speed limit. And then I looked at the sign, and it says it's already down to 20. So they're already speeding, going over the 20. But I think the sign is not as visible as it could be and should be further east.
Is that one yellow or is that white?
The 20 is yellow.
Maybe they can make it
I
flash.
think the 20 is yellow.
20 is yellow.
That's not enforceable.
But the 30 is white and what I'll tell you is about the white 30-mile-an-hour sign is, number one, this is deceptively, like this map, this picture I'm showing you, it's deceptively far away. This distance from here to here is a bit of distance. So, don't be fooled, like, seeing it close together on this map. And it is literally just past a little corner and you barely see it. You barely see as you breeze by it.
No, what I'm saying is that the orange, the yellow,
Yeah,
is
those
a
are.
suggestion.
Yeah.
That's like the maximum
caution.
boundary there, right? So if we can change those to like the white, then we can enforce it.
Let's go down there. She caught that right away. Woke her up.
We know.
Don't get me wrong.
Lower, that's just a suggestion.
I've heard the rumor.
I think I definitely would do when I was looking. I'm gonna try the, you just have to call town hall and ask for Michael Zayas.
Michael Zayas.
Mike, Zayas.
I can give you,
Um,
Brian, I can send you this.
I want to say 1183 is his extension. I don't know why I'm remembering those numbers, but just when you talk to one of the ladies,
I'll look at it
receptionist,
for me.
it's Mike Zayas, and he can give you more of the statistics. And you can ask more specific questions that he might have the answers to, that we just didn't discuss.
Perfect. Thank you guys all for your time and your suggestions. I mean, unless you guys have any
And we got
questions.
a meeting like this, 2
Hmm.
nights in a row.
Yes.
Okay.
Enough of you.
All right, thank you, and you're welcome to stay.
No, I'm fortunately have like
Another meeting.
a girlfriend, yeah, meeting with my girlfriend to be mad at me for being in too many meetings.
Oh, God, I didn't know that.
Have a good night.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
I won't.
Okay, our police department. Has anybody got any other comments on Brian's report? No crystal ball? All right, the police report, Mon.
Okay, I'll give you the year dates from January 1st to October 26th, between 2020 and 2021. In 2020, we had 8 robberies. On 2021, we had 10, so we're +2. Otherwise, we had 49 in 2020. We have 88 in 2021, so it's +39. But that has to do with those cars that Automall had parked and the Dodge pickups. Burglaries commercial, we had 8 in 2020, we have 6 in 2021. Burglary residentials, we had 9 in 2020, we have 7 in 2021. And that's about it. No homicides on 2020 or 20.
You wanna give that to Rosie for the record? Give it to
I
Rosie.
can.
Oh, I don't know.
You guys
You-
want me to
No,
share
you-
with you guys?
No,
Oh, you're gonna add it as part of your, you want me to put it in here? It's yours?
I don't know. I think Diaz always wanted it, Brandon.
I can add it to share it. If you want me to share it so that they have
I don't
it.
know.
I just thought that,
I've never gotten.
I just thought that she would staple it, let's say, to the report, but if that's gonna go to you anyway, then you hang on to it. for the
Yeah,
record.
that's what I'm asking, Nancy. Do you want me to share with everybody? Along with Brian's pictures, because I have his pictures actually of the accident. Like he's talking about.
No, I'm talking about the other brother, the one that used to be your.
No, I know, but I'm asking, I don't know what to do with it. So I'm asking, do you want me to share it with everyone?
It's, it's part of the minutes,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
you're gonna need to make a copy
I'm
of that
gonna
to
put this-
give to
That's all I
everyone.
needed to know. Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that.
It was only
Scan it.
confusing for us because we didn't have a permanent secretary here at the time to do the minutes.
Temporary.
So,
Everything's temporary.
look how good she does that. Okay. All right, fire department reports.
Good evening, everybody. I emailed the report to Ms. Pastora for the record, for the minutes, however you all are archiving it. For the month of September, in the town, we had a total of 272 incidents. 110 of those were life-threatening, 76 non-life-threatening, 0 structure fires, 31 other fires, and 55 other emergencies. On your life-threatening emergencies, we're averaging a response time of 6 minutes and 28 seconds, which is below the countywide average. The life-threatening emergencies of 7 minutes and 44 seconds. I have no specific incidents to comment on. I want to thank you all for the presentation of the firefighter a year. You know, he was very humbled by receiving that. Apologize for not being able to attend, but I was out of town on county business. I hope that my stand-in did a suitable job, Chief Bully. I heard that he did. And also, this may be my last meeting. I'm not sure if I'm gonna remain as your direct link to the fire department, because in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna be assuming some other duties. But I'll find a replacement if that's the case.
Congratulations, and it's good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, temporary.
And our reputation is getting around, everybody reads.
All I know is they've been sending him all over the place. He could never make any of our meetings because,
Well, it was easy when we
Well-
had the Zoom link, but you guys did away with that. So now to, you know, physically make the meeting, it does become
but
challenging.
you were working too at Surfside.
Oh, no,
right,
yeah,
and
the
all
research
that,
side.
yeah.
And
Everybody could get there. Okay, well, thank you. Okay, new business, the revised 21-22 budget. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some good news. Councilman Piazza had a bunch of events and things and whatever, and he ended up putting back at a council meeting. He ended up, because I added it up, all the amounts and the things that he was giving up and saying they didn't need to do. $33,000 he put back into the town's coffers, and of that 33,000, I got up and spoke and explained why we wanted some of that money, because we would improve and do the police and fire appreciation breakfast again, now that, you know, the restrictions from COVID were being lifted. And Councilwoman Ruano gave us $4,000, basically. The council agreed, they voted on her motion, and we got an extra $4,000 so that we can do a real live police appreciation breakfast like we used to do at Shula's and whatever.
I just want to make sure, it's an extra 2,000, so it gives you a total of 4,000 for the breakfast, because you guys already had a 2,000. That's what you normally get.
Right, I'm sorry, I phrased it wrong. I'm just looking at the numbers and, you know, I'm my fourth meeting in 2 days.
So now we have to go back to McDonald's.
So, but at any rate, we've got money to have an appreciation breakfast. And of course, that's almost a year away because we just had one. But in the meantime, I will check with Shula's and other places. If anybody wants to make any suggestions as to where we could do it. And if it gets really too expensive, we don't have the money, then I was thinking to go back to when, before we were doing Shula's, we had it at Mary Collins Community Center. And, you know, there were nice tablecloths and things on the tables, and we had it catered. So it still beats, no offense, guys, council chambers. So that's something, you know, I'm happy for. And we can start planning some things, some events. I don't see it on here because we weren't sure, but I'm going to bring it up now. Omar, did you hear anything about CERT?
Well, they're gonna help us now with a veteran grade. But
The water, but that's veterans.
yeah, that's the veteran,
But
but they're still
what about
thinking,
the-
you know, we need to get together and organize now since the COVID and see what happens.
Okay,
They'll
so
let me
we're,
know.
okay, so that's other money that was set aside. Oh, it's not even in here, so we can move money around if we have to. And CERT, we only paid for the water anyway, right? Remember the CERT,
What, the one that we
the
had?
one that we had here?
We actually paid for the breakfast and one night, you know, we had like a little sandwiches and stuff like that. That
The most recent one When Tim Dollar and
Well, we
Lynn
went-
and I and you,
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah,
I
we
thought all
had,
we,
we
I
had,
thought all we paid for was the water.
somebody, you know, pay for the,
All right, we can figure it out when the time comes and they decide what they're gonna do. Okay. So you all got a copy of the budget and you see how much money we've got, which is 4,800. And that was 781. All right, we covered that. And the Veterans Day Parade. I would like to know if any of you will be participating in the parade, because the town has told us that each committee is going to have one vehicle. And I believe the vehicle is a Jeep. Okay, so I don't know how many, I don't know what these Jeeps look like.
Well, you would be able to fit 3 people because there's already somebody driving it.
I see, okay. So if it's going to be more than 3 people in the Jeep that's being provided, then someone would have to drive their own car and hopefully put other
Or
people
walk,
in.
that's also, if you guys want to, yeah. it's an option.
Well.
No,
these knees-
whoever wants
these
to.
knees aren't
I'm
walking
not
that
forcing
distance.
anyone.
So, does anybody know for sure if you want to be in the parade or if you can't make it? And the parade is
November
Sunday,
7th.
November 7th,
Sunday, November 7th.
right? And that's a Sunday.
I know I can't make it.
Okay, Louis, you're coming. Okay,
Oh, what time is it already?
it starts at 10,
Okay. 10 to
but you would, but you,
10 o'clock.
however
10 to
long it
12.
takes to go.
10 to
10 to
12, but you guys have to be here beforehand because we have to
Same as last year.
line you up and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right, Omar, I know you're doing the signs, so afterwards, would you participate in the parade? Or you have to be there right up until the last minute to get those things lined up?
I usually will go the vehicles. So if I'm standing there in the front letting the vehicle go, I'm gonna have to be there. until
Okay.
the last car.
Okay, okay. So Louis is a definite yes. I'm a yes. Anybody else?
I shouldn't be able to make it. Although you guys remember last year, I had my,
Your go-kart?
I had my
Well-
golf cart,
If,
so welcome to use it,
if
as long as I
you,
drive it, obviously.
if you, yeah, right, but you can also take 2 other people at least if we can't, like, do the Jeep and then
I have room up to 3 more.
your golf cart.
3 more.
Okay, so that would be
Are
3
you taking the car? or-
and,
Remember
so
last year, I
3
had my
and
golf cart?
4.
But I'm saying you're gonna take the golf cart to the parade, or maybe we don't need a Jeep. or maybe we-
No, I know, but if we want to do all
Yeah,
7
it's
of
3
us.
people. It's got time.
if
Yeah,
we
but
want-
I had it last year.
Do you have enough people taking part of it?
Maybe we
Don't
don't
have the picture.
I don't think you even have enough for the
You
team.
can put me as a main, yeah, confirm, or because I have a thing that day.
But I'll save you a car anyways, right? Just in case.
Save us a
Okay.
car, but let me put it this way, I'm gonna ride in that Jeep because I'm not walking.
Okay, all right,
So,
that's fine. We have enough, so that's fine.
all right. So you need to be at the staging area, what time, Al? If we're gonna ride in the parade. It starts at 10, but I don't know what our
No, you have
position
to
is.
be there before. Give me a sec.
Last year, I think we met here, right? And then from here, we went,
Yeah, but since now they're having the parade, the actual parade, and we
we actually meet up there.
Yeah.
Okay, now, you can explain that to me later on, we don't have to do it now, or we can do it while we're waiting for Isle's answer. I'm not even 100% sure, because the map is so small, I can't see what the route is. So we're going to park our cars here at Town Hall and stage here, or the staging area
No, we
is
can- we
somewhere
can park
else?
but at the time
Somebody
we
said
get
Wells
there-
Fargo.
Well, no, because remember, it ended here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ends here.
So
It ends here.
you can park it around here, so that
Mhm.
way you'll be here already. You
Yeah,
walk
and
to
everybody and their brother
just
will be
across the
parking
street.
here, so it's
Basically.
not gonna be
So
that available.
lineup, we're having everyone report at 8 AM. Check-in starts 8 AM.
Check-in starts at
So
8.
anytime between 8:30. We need to have everyone there to get an order.
Okay.
Question, are we gonna like put things in the car, like, I don't know.
There's
So
a
decorate?
sign.
Decorate the
Oh,
car,
I
yeah.
don't know about that. But we are providing signs for all
The magnetic
Yeah,
signs.
correct.
And who's the sponsor
No,
again?
I have it already.
It's, they're called, it's a Jeep group. I have it somewhere.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, it's not Fred Senra.
Well,
It's not, that's the
most
Automall,
of the
right?
cars, most of the Jeeps are coming from this Jeep group, which I have to get you guys the name. And then Miami Lakes Automall will be providing a handful more to
Oh.
complete the total.
It is the Automall. Okay.
No. Most of the cars are coming from this Jeep group, which I don't have the
Yes.
name right now. And then Miami Lakes Automall will be providing a handful
Right.
to
right.
complete. the
But I
total
was
number.
saying Automall as opposed to the other car dealership.
You think it's
I don't want to confuse
Oh, okay.
the other dealership, whatever the heck they're called, I forgot. But anyway, so it's just Automall and the Jeep group. Okay. Just so you all know, they said the Jeeps are gonna be tops off, doors on.
Doors are on,
Tops
tops will be open as long as the weather permits.
Right,
obviously.
and no candy.
No
being
candy
thrown
being
out.
thrown out of the cars, but if you guys are walking or wanna get down and give out candy, you can do.
Right, and you can get down and do it at different points because there's gonna be different performing dancers and karate kids and all this other stuff, so the line is gonna stop for a little while if you wanna get out and hand out candy, but you have to provide your own candy. So that's the story on the parade. Any other questions about the parade? Okay. CERT, you already covered. The public safety awards, the 3 plaques, as you can read here, we had 3 plaques and we gave each award to a $100 gift card. And the challenge coins were presented. We have an emergency ramp form, that's this thing that was handed out. Did you know there was supposed to be a second sheet to this where they can provide more information?
No,
I think when you originally saw this, you got it from the old one that Brandon had printed up.
I don't know, I never worked with Brandon.
Yeah, okay, well, I didn't know if he transferred it out of his computer or left
This
it
is what was
on.
posted up, pretty much this is the form that was online,
Yeah,
which is online on our website, and we just kind of redesigned the look of it. And removed we added the 2 logos and we removed the social security number question that
Right.
they had.
right, but there's supposed to be a second sheet.
Do you
I'll have to
happen-
look
Yeah,
in my, check with elderly affairs, because I think they might have the second page. I don't have it like in a computer or anything like that. I've just got the second sheet.
no, but even if you have it, just share with us and we'll take
Yeah,
care of
and
it.
we'll go further, but
Okay.
right now, this is what it looks like. And we made the necessary corrections. I don't know, maybe you do, is elderly affairs already handing these out in the little food bags?
No, I haven't given these to them yet.
Okay.
They do have a luncheon tomorrow, by the way, so I don't know if they're using the old ones. At this point, it's too late, but I can let her know that we have a new one.
But what I'm saying is, has she been handing out any at all in those bags?
I don't know.
I don't know either. All right. I'm supposed to be bringing up. There was an accident on 154th Street near the southbound lanes to the entrance to the southbound lanes for the Palmetto. This morning, there was this accident. And I got a phone call from someone stating that there was a lady complaining that the cops would just stand around doing nothing, not direct the traffic. And so I looked into it, and I'm only saying this right now because the people that brought it to me, to my attention and phoned me are watching on that TV thing there. And I said that I would address it, so they're waiting for what we decided to do. And basically, I will be calling them and explaining, but basically what happened was there was no way of directing traffic elsewhere. Both vehicles involved were not able to be moved to allow other traffic to keep going, and the traffic was backed up forever on 154th Street. And the traffic lights were doing the job that people would have expected the officers to do because they were controlled. Juan, maybe you could explain that a little bit better, but the bottom line was police were doing their job. They did what they could. They had to wait forever for the tow trucks to get there because the cars couldn't even be pushed off the road because of the damage. So that's the answer to those who are waiting for the answer. And I will make a phone call to explain further or answer further questions. Anybody else? No comments or whatever, or questions on it, but that's what we determined today. And that's the answer to the questions they had. There are issues that I took a bunch of pictures and I handed out packets when I went before the council showing these particular areas over by Bob Goldman and the Bob Graham rather, and the Learning Center over on the West End. That's already been addressed, and they were working on it. Improvements will be made. There's a 30-mile-an-hour sign, and then it goes to 20 miles an hour, and you can't see them because trees were planted. The school sign on the asphalt is faded, so we're addressing all these issues. There's also a really ridiculous sign. I think you might have heard me talk about it. As you're going eastbound, and you want to drop your child off at the Learning Center, which is like a semicircle driveway, you would have to cross the oncoming traffic, make the left turn, and drop your child off. However, you're not allowed to do that because there's a sign over here that says no left turn. No, they're not allowed to turn. So what the parents are doing is driving further east and then going against westbound traffic to cut the line that's already formed for the people going westbound to drop their kids off on the north side of the street. I know I'm not making any sense to you, but trust me, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's the most ridiculous thing I've seen in my life. And that's the speech I gave to the council, and Michael Zayas is looking into that. And Carlos Acosta is looking into that, and we're working on it. And that's the answer for what's going on over there. If anybody's got any questions that needs it, I don't know what the solutions are going to be, but something's got to be done because it's horrible. The trees are blocking the speed limit sign. The trees are blocking the 20-mile-an-hour sign when you get near the school zone. It's ridiculous. So we're working on that too. Thank you to you guys that came over to the Coffee with a Cop event. I thought it was very successful. My favorite thing is the picture that we took of the committee guys at the back of the restaurant store, because there's nothing but wine bottles. Coffee with a Cop didn't look like it existed, but it was a nice picture. It was a nice turnout, and thank you again for coming. Announcements, Veterans Committee Parade. We already talked about that. And the next meeting date, based on what everybody told me we would need to do, we had to move it, and it's been moved to November 30th for sure.
Let me double check.
Yeah, it's a week later than planned, because I don't remember why though. There was
There
something.
was a conflict with probably a council meeting.
Yeah, something.
Speaking of meetings, I wanna bring it up to you guys. Now that we're in this room, you guys have more options as to when to host the meeting. I know that you guys had like a set day and it might have not been chosen by you guys, but if you guys want to change that, just let me know. I'm taking options or choices from all the committees to try to accommodate all of you. If you want to change the day, time, any of that, just let me know.
I personally would like to keep it where it's at right now, mainly because I've got other meetings that I'm working around. So I'm open to anybody else's suggestions if
We're
This
asking
is not
for
right.
top 3 options just
Right.
in case. But obviously I'll
But
try
if
to
everybody's
work around
happy with
everybody's
this,
preference.
I said leave it alone, and then we can always, there's times when we've got to, there's a conflict or this or that or whatever, and we'll either postpone the meeting or,
So right now you
Yeah.
guys are 4th Tuesday, right?
Fourth Tuesday. Okay. All right, any other announcements, questions? I'm sorry. Sure.
Like the soccer fields, like now, because they're playing soccer again at night, that parking lot is completely pitch black
Which soccer?
by 87.
Oh,
Those at night, it's completely pitch black, and right now, there's kids from like 4 years old, all the way to 12 years old, that play there on a daily basis. And when they go to the parking lot, it's completely pitch black, and cars just drive by like nothing, they don't see the
who
kids.
owns the land?
I don't know.
Is it a
It's,
school? Is it a?
Yeah, you know the soccer fields right there in 87 where they play soccer and then yeah.
They don't have the lights on the corner.
They had-
I'm sorry, Ron, which part?
No, the parking lot, all the parking spaces, there's like 20 lights and they have only like 5 light up. One here,
Oh,
one
that,
here, one
you
here,
said Royal Oaks.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to go there for some event the other night,
and it's pitch black.
and it is dark.
That's
The mayor's thing.
That's the town or town park. They just have to fix the lights.
Yeah, what I'm saying was, he's right. It was the mayor's thing that the lights were out. That's how far back.
So yeah, like my daughter's
parking
playing
lot.
soccer and we were there Monday night and it was like completely pitch black. And I was like, what is this? It's only one like.
It's
here,
been like that a
another
while
here.
because the mayor's
So-
gala was
It's
last month, whatever.
Mhm.
I'm sorry?
So I don't know who we need to talk to though. I don't mind going talk to them and be like, well, what can we do to like.
That should be.
turn it on?
Which park? is
Well,
it
it's
at?
either
The
part,
Royal Oaks Park, on the soccer field
That the lights are not all.
and the parking lot, no. You can go
I
right
can bring it
now
up to the parks director
and it's like,
and I can look news and email them.
okay. I can take pictures. Tomorrow I got a practice, a soccer practice, and I can take you pictures that it's completely.
I wonder if it's
pitch
just
black.
setting a timer.
Maybe it's that they're not turning them all on, but like when there's practice, at least those days, they should have them all on. I understand that Sunday, there's no soccer, so you don't need to have the whole parking lot light up, but when there's
No,
kids,
when the park is
yeah,
open.
and when there's kids
All the-
there
all the
running
parking
around, they should be.
Well, they should be out no
100%.
matter what, whether it's kids or not, because it's all good for security.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
really not, not, you don't want to have even if it's closed, have somebody like walking in the thing and then it's totally dark.
I had to walk it. It was very dark.
Yeah, and then there's people
And that
walking
was,
and it's
that there
like.
was an event at the building, the mayor's thing, and I remember walking in my car. Real dark. Okay, any other comments, questions? Get a motion to adjourn?
Oh, we'll do it, John.
Ah,
Oh, second.
Whatever, one of those hands go up.
Yeah, I know, I got it.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your patience and waiting for the other meeting. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Real fast. The motion's passed, but I can report on the t-shirt. The bad news is, correct me if I'm wrong, we figured it out. If we were gonna order 2 or 3 shirts, whatever it was gonna be, We only had $98 to spend, and the shirts were gonna cost close to $100. It was ridiculous because we weren't ordering a large
You
quantity.
need to do a minimum order.
You gotta cover the cost of the art.
If not-
That's true.
Well, the thing is,
And
it's
also
it's already,
everything's more
it's already
expensive.
in exist here, it's already in existence, all we're trying to do is get them shirts.
So how many is six?
But,
And then you can
If
have
you get
spares.
6, it's like $30 to $40, like it's a reasonable price versus,
So can you get six
Well-
and keep spares?
but you didn't have enough for 6 shirts.
No, but you keep them as spares.
that's why, all right, I
I
tell
think
you
in the
what,
budget,
if
you
you all
don't
can be
have enough.
patient, maybe we can, would we be allowed to move some money?
That's not up to me. You have to bring that up to council. You have to, as a committee, vote on it, that you're
All
gonna
right.
take, that Nancy's
Next
gonna take the
meeting.
motion. to
Next
council.
meeting,
meeting
we'll
we can
figure
address it.
something out. What's the minimum we can order? And
Six.
just 6 and pay whatever we have to pay. Because they've been on the committee at least a year without a shirt.
Also,
It is
something
ridiculous.
to add on, and I'm sorry,
And I know we
Because this
close,
isn't-
but
it's not helpful at all what I'm about to say, but there's no mediums in stock for 6 months. So that might also affect your. order.
there's no what?
Mediums in
Right.
stock for the next 6
Yeah,
months.
I
I
don't
think he's the
know.
only
I
one
don't
here.
So I don't think you might be so successful. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yes.
I that does shirt.
I was gonna say, because I remember when I got mine.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much.
We're gonna know now.
That was like.
It might just be because it's going back, asking for money from last
I
year.
can
to
understand,
this
they're
year,
ordering
and
the
then you're
same
not even-
shirts.
You might not
all
even
the
be ordering
committee
right
members,
away, right? 'Cause
And
you
it's
need to
just
find
the
a vendor.
artwork that's different.
It might not,
But-
is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Disclaimer.
you can't get a shirt.
It's gonna be like a shirt
Yeah.
like this, and you'll send me the logos, and I have somebody to do it.
I just have to check if.
I'm talking about
Trophy
Trophy Land, right there in Hialeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the shirt.
You understand that this station six already has this.
Yeah, But that's my point, so now that's a whole other new process. So now you're going through your funds and going to your budget from last year, and that might not. fly. Something to keep
So
in
we don't
mind.
have, the money.
Was there a sign-in
budget-
sheet?
Budgeted for that.
No, she just said, oh, six, so-
I have.
You got it on there, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to sign.
No, I know.
I checked you off, don't worry.
So whatever you can send me.
I figured
The
that I'll have to
logos,
wait
the
till
logos
the
on the
meeting
shirt.
to just.
Find somebody that can do.
One thing before you do that, because I don't want to tell you yes. As you guys may know, there's certain vendors that we're contracted. So I just have to check that we're not, and I'll tell you yes, we can go to another vendor, and then it's my
Stuff
stuff.
that we had to do.
And
Me, I keep volunteering.
No, and I have people that do stuff like that for my hats and different stuff that we use, so I can go to them and be like, look, I need this type of shirt. Yeah.
But like for you individually,
Like, either for me individually.
well, that's what I'm
or-
saying, if we're using our budget, I need to make sure that we're not under a contract with a vendor.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all I mean.
But
Once
at
I
the
say to
same
you
time,
yes, you go
but
and
at the
tell
same
them.
time, you can send me that and I can do it because as a favor for me, I can get the shirt for me and they
Okay.
can do it for me.
Okay.
So that way.
A donation.
That's no problem. We can do that.
I'm gonna email Joe, I think he's responsible for the purchasing, and I'll let you know once I get it.
Okay.